The following program is hosted by immature, irreverent, obnoxious, and often disgusting young men. Listener discretion is advised.
This time on Nude Clan, Kmart returns from the dead.
Shall we play a game?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Nude Clan, the video game podcast that doesn't actually play video games, but we do review video game movies. I'm your host, Caleb Schweiss.
Caleb Craig.
Cameron.
And Zach.
And today, guys, as you can tell, we're not reviewing Suikoden 2. Honestly, because Cameron and I don't know how much you've played of it, but...
I mean, the review is also technically next week.
True.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So, I mean, that's...
yeah. So, yeah, we've been just... With our 2-episode format, I guess today still would have been the off episode. Next week would have been the game review.
Yeah.
But we didn't finish it to record our 2 episodes today. So.
No, I mean, how much of it have you even played?
Maybe like an hour and a half.
So am I ahead of you?
Yeah, probably.
those are rookie
you've
numbers.
actually started now?
Yeah, oh yeah.
You gotta pump those numbers up, baby.
I was talking to you
Trying.
on Wednesday and you hadn't started. So.
Yeah. Yeah, not great. Just a lot of stuff going on, and, you know, I have this... There's a call that when called, I answer, and it wasn't Suikoden 2. It was another game.
The Conan, the 14.
The Exiled Lands have called me back, and I have returned dutifully.
It's too bad that you just spent money on a server on the PlayStation 4 when it's free on the PC now. Could have gotten our PC clan going.
Yeah, we can probably... I mean, I bet the PC has a lot of mods on it to make the game way smoother.
It does.
We need to drag our dicks through the sand. That's what I need.
Yeah, we need the ability... Can you actually drag stuff on the sand? Can you,
I don't know.
Because if you can do that...
hope so.
I just want, like...
I want the biggest dick, and I want it to be super floppy, and I want to drag it through the sand. That's what I want.
I think we should...
And then I can be done with the game forever.
All the women... I wonder if you can make your pussy huger in the game, because I know that...
Clit's dragging through the sand.
Yeah, it's just like this... It's like, I can't tell if she's disemboweled or, like... or if she's just got a real loose goose down there.
Loose goose.
But I know you can choose the endowment, and I think it's supposed to be your tits as a girl and your dick as a dude.
Is that roast beef sandwich?
Yeah, dude, you know, I remember making fun of this game when I learned that you could do that, and I was like, I was so wrong back then. I don't know what the problem was. I don't know why I would have ever thought that wasn't amazing.
It's gonna be funny when Cyberpunk 2077 finally comes out, unless they're gonna release it on the PlayStation 6 as an exclusive.
Is there a dick slider in that one?
Dude, yeah, you can customize your genitals. Like, it's a whole thing, dude. Someone went through and yeah. You can be whatever you want.
Wow.
I'm gonna name my guy Biggest Dickus.
I'm gonna be a chick, and I'm gonna get myself an over large like clit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to have, like
Dicketh.
like a, not even just a large...
You have a problem with my friend Biggest Dicketh?
I just want, like, a penis coming out of the clit. It's not even, like, a large clit. It's just, like, a full-on dick. Like, okay. All right. I don't know what that is, but... Yeah, so we got... With genitalia, I mean, Conan was there first. As far as I know, at least. You know, the others are finally following after...
Just Google games with the...
With genitalia.
With the dick slider, yeah.
Games with endowment sliders.
I'm going to call my chick Tori. It's going to be short for clitoris.
Yeah, that's just my
character.
nickname. And she's got like a huge hoop ring as like an earring. But it's like, it's not in the ear.
Gross.
So anyway, yeah, we're not reviewing Suikoden, but what's everyone been playing this week? What have you been up to, Caleb?
Call of Duty and some Smash Bros. And mostly Last of Us 2. like a shitload of it. I put like
Nice.
18 hours into that game so far.
That's a lot.
I think I have about 6 hours left.
That's a pretty long game. The first one, it only took me like 10 hours, I think, maybe.
Yeah, dude, I beat it in like 12. This is easily like twice as long,
Yeah.
which it doesn't need to be.
Yeah, which is just disappointing.
I mean, it's a survival horror game, and those games are never really long. So when you make like a 30-hour one,
Well, I mean, you make a game that doesn't need a sequel, and you give it a sequel. It's like, when
they
you're
also-
it's like when you're 19 and your mom's like, me and your dad are pregnant. And you're like, oh, cool, I got a little brother.
I had a reboot.
without any spoilers, it's also got like 2 storylines that like barely connect, and it's like, okay, that's really cool. I love how connected these feel.
I told you I'm gonna start calling Druckmann Uwe Boll. Like, it's fucking ridiculous.
At least with the first game, there was somebody to keep him in line.
No, the first game's a
Wait,
masterpiece.
You're going to call who Uwe Boll?
The guy who made
Druckmann.
Last of Us 2.
He
Oh.
made Last of Us and Last of Us 2, but there was like another director for the first game that like basically had more control. He was taking Druckmann's ideas and then making them work.
I think it's funny that like all the complaints for like people like complaining about the complaining for Last of Us 2 fall into 2 camps. Or like either the fans didn't get what they want, or you don't like gay people, and it kind of pisses me off that like there's no in between for those fuckers. Like there's no, maybe it's just not a great game, and everyone's like pretending to suck its dick because like we have to like it. We have to be progressive. We have to love this game, and like I'm not gonna say I'm not having fun when I'm not doing story shit. Like when I'm just running around killing
honestly,
zombies, I'm having a good time.
I have more fun when there's no combat.
Honestly, though,
Really?
I've been hearing more from people who hate the game.
Yeah,
Not that people like it because they have to like it. I've missed more stories of people not enjoying it. So
yeah. So I'm on this site on Facebook. It's called like Legit Lady Gamers, whatever, and it's like chicks that stream and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
there's like a bunch of different ones. I have friends on there. But yeah, all the comments are like, I can't believe people are incels if you don't like this game, and it's like, I'm sorry, I like quality. Like, don't fuck you. Like, I'm sorry, I enjoy a good game. Like,
they're just going to pull
Like,
the
hey,
sexist card if you don't.
they
like
always
the
do. That's what they're doing on all of them. It's like, well, you don't have a real, you don't. And I broke it down for them, like what I think personally, and I'm like, hey, like I think this is stupid. I don't like the AI. I don't like this.
Oh yeah, the AI.
The AI has killed me more times than a zombie has. Like, it's fucked me. It's fucked me. Like, so zombies end up killing me or people. But it's like, because
Right.
the AI gets in the way, and it's like, dude, they fucking fix your shit, especially if you know it's going to be a AAA title. There's no room for error.
The thing that pisses me off about the AI is that you can change the difficulty, which is kind of cool. Like in certain areas, you can customize the
Right.
difficulty. And one of the things is you can make your AI partner more retarded to make it harder.
Oh, retard slider? Is that what you're saying?
Basically, yeah. Or you can like make them so that they're more intelligent and actually help you out.
And so they
that's
play
the
the game
easy
for you.
setting. And it's like,
Would you rather have a like, I don't know,
So
a
that's
chromosome
really how-
slider or a dick slider? Dick size slider? Which one?
That's
if
kinda
I had to
stupid.
choose, I would prefer a dick slider.
You just give him like 6 extra ones, and he's like lumbering around like.
Fuck yeah,
Dude, is it Dina?
Yeah, it's
Dina?
just,
Dina?
dude. Dina.
Dina is AI is as bad in this game as is it Rebecca, the president's daughter in Resi 4. The AI is that bad, and Resident Evil 4 came out fucking ages ago.
Pretty soon it's going to be a microtransaction
that's how
just
bad
to
the
get
AI is.
decent AI in a video game.
No, I mean you can make it so it's easier, but then you're changing the difficulty
Okay,
settings so
but-
that it's an easier
but here's-
game.
But that doesn't
Yeah,
make
here's the
sense.
thing, yeah.
Why would you hide better AI behind a difficulty
Exactly,
slider?
because
That makes no sense.
Druckmann is an idiot. It's the bottom line.
It is a
The
poor
developers
design.
are idiots.
It is poor design because like they literally will just stand there on the harder difficulties. They
No,
will
yeah,
not-
so one of the-
they don't find ammo for you. They don't do anything. The only thing that they do, even on the easier setting, is shoot the enemies.
See,
That's
and
the only
it's
thing they
stupid.
do.
So
It is.
stupid.
It is 100% stupid. Because like, why? I don't want easier enemies. I want the AI to not stand in front of me after I set a trip mine, so I can jump over the wall and
Also-
hide, so I can kill them and I don't get blown up. That's all I want.
Also,
That's all
while
I'm
you're
asking.
sneaking around, the AI will totally stand like in the vision of zombies and other people, and they just won't see them.
You know what though? Good, because
Which
I'd
is-
be so fucking pissed.
I know it is
I'd be
good,
so
but
mad.
it's also really fucking stupid that they don't try to hide behind cover like you do.
Are we not streaming?
No.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It's we had to change our password for some reason. It was like they didn't like our password, and then it like yanked it off of our streaming
Did
thing.
we have a naughty password?
No, it didn't. It was an easy one, so I guess maybe that's the problem. But now it's not easy.
All right.
And now we'll never
Well,
remember.
if you want to, you can get it going. But
I will. I'll get.
Yeah.
You just keep going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but so it's just shit, dude. Like, I want to like it. I really, really
Well, I
do.
guess
I really want to like
we
The Last
should-
of Us 2.
we
and
should
it's just-
save most
it
of
makes
this
it
for
hard.
when we actually do review it.
Oh, don't
Eventually.
worry.
Oh, yeah, don't worry. I'll
There's-
still have
there's-
anger.
There's a lot to talk
I will
about.
still be upset.
And this is only a tiny.
Yeah, this is
tiny
just
part.
us like scraping the iceberg. Scraping the first-person story that doesn't make sense to put two stories in there because you need to feel bad for everyone. Fucking piece of
No,
shit.
there's no good or bad in this story. It's all gray area.
It's all great. You know
And
what? No.
that's half the story, and the other is like love conquers hate, which is fucking bullshit. Bullshit.
8 wins.
But anyway,
You heard it here.
You heard it here first, kids. Yeah, it's just bullshit.
I-
It sucks.
I like parts of it,
I
but
I was
we'll have to
hopeful-
get into it.
I was hopeful the story would change my mind, but everyone has said the ending is disappointing, and that sucks because I'd rather not hear that and go into that. But like, if it's true, then like, what do you do?
Yeah, I mean, I had like no expectations.
You know what? And I'm
so-
sick. I like seeing like the post where it's like, "Who's gone through more pain than this girl, Ellie?" And I'm like, dude, I'm playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Dude,
pretty sure.
I saw
pretty
that
sure
post,
she's getting
and I
fucked
was
right
like,
now.
and I immediately thought of like 1,000 different characters.
Oh,
like,
dude. I honestly like. I'm just gonna go back and play Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Like, I love that game. It's so freaking fun, and I'm playing as the chick, so I'm like being
I
progressive.
almost like tweeted to it. I was like, "Oh, you know Ramza from Final Fantasy Tactics? That guy's been through some shit.
You can't do a man because that's sexist.
Fucking his dad died, then his brothers died, and then his brother came back as a zombie, and he had to kill him. And then his sister died, and his best friend died. His
then
best
his
friend's
sister,
sister died
Then the
right
sister's
in front of
corpse
him.
gave birth to a zombie baby.
His best friend betrayed him, and his best friend tried to kill him, and then and then he had to kill his sister, and then the fucking
And then he dies.
yeah, and then he fucking dies. So it's like, yeah, I think he might be through some more pain. I don't know.
Yeah. So here's what I recommend, though. I think Cameron, you should play. I think you should play the first Last of Us. It's not very long.
Before I play this one?
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad idea. I mean,
if you
Will
got
I
the,
have
I have
time
the-
to get
I-
around
you-
to it?
yeah.
it's only like 10, 12 hours. If you got the time,
I
So
I
would
have
be
the
worth
disc
it.
as well, so you
So-
can borrow it.
Okay. So you think I should definitely play the first one before I play this one?
And see, but you say that, but I don't know. Like, I think it'd be interesting to have all three of us who played it, then him just come in on it fresh because he doesn't know.
I mean, he'd lose a lot of like. I mean, I think you kind of have to
I guess because
Just 'cause,
what they do in
like,
the beginning of the game,
have like the
drop him, you
entire
cuck.
one character's motivations for stuff is the entirety of that first game.
Yeah. Oh, is it really?
Pretty much.
I'm not that. I'm still in Seattle.
I mean, I'm talking about
you
Ellie.
can, so yeah, I don't know. I think it's a good idea.
Okay.
I don't think it's a bad plan.
I'll bring it over tonight to
Okay.
D&D.
And it's a good game.
you.
I mean, everyone. It's like the second most.
I mean, that's
award-winning
just another
ever,
game
basically.
to the games I need to play because I need to play Suikoden 2. I need to play Last of Us Part 2, and then follow up with Undertale, even though that's not a long game. It's just a lot of
Undertale's short.
games I have coming up.
I reckon if you just like bust
How
it
long
out,
is
If you-
Last of Us?
The first one is like 10,
10
12
hours.
hours. And if you play it on easy, you could probably slam it out faster than that.
yeah.
Because like part of it is it's
I mean, I just need
it's-
it for the story, right?
Yeah, it's
Pretty
just
much,
yeah.
I
You're
mean,
playing it for the story.
It's also like a stealth game, so you can like sneak past like half the enemies.
I mean, yeah.
I
Okay.
slaughtered all of
Did we want to talk about
Not just the men, but
our
the women
streaming
and the children,
ideas
too.
now, or should we just tweet about it?
Oh, we can talk about it at the end.
Okay,
that's
we'll
fine.
talk about it at the end.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
All right, what have you been playing, Game?
Played some Smash with you guys. Played some Call of Duty with you guys, and then I also played some Suikoden.
Nice.
Yeah,
that it.
yeah,
So
We should stream Smash one of these days.
yeah.
I
when you
guess I'll
guys-
buy it.
Except I don't
I
know.
mean, I could just bring mine over here and then
Has
we could, like,
anyone-
hook it up and
Yeah, that's
stream
fair.
it.
I just want to know if the listeners who have
Be
Switch
local.
Lights, if they've played Super Smash on it, what they think about it. Because after a while, it really makes my right hand
Dude,
cramp
Cam,
up.
I'm
and it's the
telling
only
you,
game
gotta
that
play
does
it on
that.
a regular Switch.
Maybe I just need to get a Pro controller, but then still the Switch Lite screen is small.
Can you Pro controller on that?
Yeah, you can use a Pro controller on it, but you can't get a bigger screen.
Yeah. Well.
Is there a way to hook it up to like a?
I
bigger
told you to
No.
buy a
TV
regular
or anything?
Switch.
'Cause
No,
know
I
you can't-
like
I
the
know you
Switch
can't
Lite.
dock
It's
it.
everything I want it to be, except when we want to play Super Smash, and it's hard
Well,
to play
sounds
that.
like a personal problem to me, though.
But yeah, but ever since Joe took the Switch I was using, and then I needed to get a Switch, so I bought my own Switch that no one can take from me.
Oh, that's not good.
It's not good.
Maybe your mom will buy you a Switch.
No. And then I had to get it during the Nintendo crisis of 2020.
It's a straight video game crisis, dude. Like, there's been a lot of systems just not in stock,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
games getting stocked way later. Yeah, it's not bueno.
No es bueno.
Yeah, so I played Call of Duty this week. Yeah, or last 2 weeks.
It looks like the audio's not going on the Twitch.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, well.
let's guess what Zach is talking about. Oh shit, is it just mine? Because I can hear myself through me.
I
through,
mean,
like, the
yeah,
headphones.
we're capturing audio, but it's just
Can you? What are you doing?
I don't know. So it was just Call of Duty.
Like, I thought you said, did you unmute everything?
Yeah, everything's unmuted.
Because Joe said he had muted everything, so I don't know if.
yeah. We'll figure it out.
He didn't mute everything. He muted two.
So yeah, Call of Duty,
Last of Us 2.
Last of Us 2. I dipped my taint into, oh shit, what's that game called? Undertale. Because I figured it was gonna win, so I downloaded it prematurely to. So I was like, yeah, it's like.
How is it so far?
It's all right. I mean, everyone says they love it, so I'm just kind of waiting for it to like
Get good.
happen. Yeah. Because the first one, like, I'm still in the kind of tutorial area, and I'm kind of pissed because I died for a stupid reason because I fucked up, and it took me to the last save point, so I have to like go fight the boss again, and it's really dumb. And because I'm doing the pacifist run, so like I have to like be careful with what I do.
Should I do the kill 'em all run?
That's what I thought our plan was.
Okay.
I would do pacifist, and you would do genocide. Bro, it's gonna be so easy.
Craig
for you.
knows how hard it is for me to kill innocent people in video games.
It's true.
They're not innocent. They're all monsters trying to kill you.
He destroyed a building that they claimed had a bunch of people in it, and he had to restart the game because he didn't want to have killed that many people.
Well, yeah, it was hard to do it, but in that game you need to do stuff like that to beat other levels, to get armor pieces you wouldn't get otherwise. But the level after that was a lot harder than the rest of the game.
Yeah, is that like something
My
you do?
fuck it all build couldn't fuck that level.
Is that where you do it all? Is that like the very end?
It's
It's near the
close.
end,
Yeah.
Okay.
It's that choice where you can like destroy the cocoon or whatever the nests or what are they fucking called in that game?
I think they're called nests.
Yeah.
Or no, maybe it's the nexts that I'm thinking of.
It's like
just the cities
it's like
and
the
the
floating
sky,
cities.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, though, in that game, when you are an asshole and kill everyone, the game gets harder. And I heard the same thing is true of Undertale.
Oh, okay.
Have you
Okay.
heard that?
What?
So if you
Yeah,
do the
it is
kill 'em all
supposed-
route, does it make the game harder?
No, the kill 'em all route makes it easier
Does
until
it?
the last boss. Yeah.
Okay.
So
The
for
la-
mine,
the last
mine
boss
will be
hard, but then his will be hard the whole time.
Yeah. So mine.
Okay.
So doing the pacifist run, it makes the game hard the whole time. But the last boss is easy, is what I've heard. So yours is like, yeah, because you're just fucking shit up.
Okay.
Because like
So-
how the combat works is it's like
Mhm.
turn based, kind of like Pokemon. Like when it gets a little window.
Right.
So where you're actually hitting them, I'm trying to talk my way out of the situation.
Right.
So mine is harder.
Yeah, he's got to like dodge their attacks while he's like trying to be friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or I'm like, I'll suck your dick.
I don't know. I like how games have that, but it also feels like a lot of times they just kind of ham-fist it because it's like you can choose different paths, but a lot of times it barely alters the reality within the world, and those are the ones that I think are stupid. But
Yeah, you know, with those moral choice games, like I always wish there would be more like they'd get more gray area in them. Because you know, there's like that infamous where you have to choose either good or bad in order to gain like one side's powers because they're completely different, and you're getting like two different storylines.
yeah,
But you're also getting different power setups, so you got to do either a good run or a bad run, and there's like no in between or like mixing of powers. And I don't know. It seems like Fallout 3 was like the only one that was kind of like a game where you could play as a a neutral person.
Yeah.
Because there's like there's like the good karma, the bad karma, and there's like a neutral karma.
Yeah, I mean, Fable kind of does that, but I don't know. It doesn't feel like it affects the game all that much. Like, it almost seems like a gimmick that they didn't really flesh out all the way half of the time, but I don't know.
Yeah, when I was playing that Fable 2, it kind of just seemed like it was more of a... what would you call that? Because it only really affected like how your character looked, really.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it would like it would change the way people perceive you too, but it like didn't change very much. It would just be like, oh, they love you or they fear you, but the end result is the same. Like you get more discounts or you get like
Yeah.
you know.
But either way, yeah, it's not really that big of a deal. Yeah, I don't know.
What about you?
What did you play?
What did I play?
Yeah.
All right, so the last couple of weeks, I've still been playing Dissidia Final Fantasy. And the Nt stands for ain't very fun. But it's got a really rare platinum trophy, so I want it. So I've kind of started playing only a couple days a week. Or not a couple days a week, a couple rounds per day. Because there's a trophy for getting like titles within the game, and I think the longest... You have to have like a running streak of playing the game for, I think, 60 days in a row to get the longest title. And so I'm going to try to do that as like a passive thing while also building up my 300 online wins.
Oof.
And I have to do a shit ton of offline stuff too. So I played a decent amount of that, too much of that, because it's not a game I have to play.
Dude, you're putting more work into getting that plat than I have been into like Diablo 3's plat.
Yeah. It's a rare one. I want it. I want the Final Fantasy plats. And I've also played a ton of Final Fantasy 14 as well these last couple of weeks. Joe and I are back on that. We're back into the post-Stormblood content. There's a
Going
lot.
into Shadowbringers.
We're going to try to get to Shadowbringers,
To
yeah.
Joe learning how to be a white mage again. Failing
Yeah.
his party.
Yeah.
Did he tell you he got kicked out of his like first game?
Oh, did he
back?
really?
Yeah. They like fucking kicked him because he was being that's so shitty.
See, the funny thing that I told him was, like, I wonder when he's going to finally realize that he was never good at playing white mage. It's not that you're bad. It's just that everyone knows it now. Now it's been just long enough that the game's changed. Because every time they do an expansion, they, like, revamp the combat and revamp the way you're supposed to play.
Well, they just changed the meta. Items are different. And
Yeah.
powers are different, and it's just...
It is pretty much the meta.
It makes
It's
it so people who keep playing the game have something to continue to grind for, a reason to play. But if someone drops and comes back a long time later, it's just like, well, now all my shit's useless.
Yeah,
You
that's
gotta
exactly what
relearn it,
happens every single time. So we're working on that. There's a lot of cutscenes, and the cutscenes are infamously boring. So there's a lot of grind there. Tomorrow night, I don't think we're planning on playing. We're actually going to do an interview podcast for Ultima. But other than that, it's been pretty much my Mondays.
It's just playing some 14.
Yeah. I did start Suikoden 2. I've played I think 3 hours. It's kind of passive, though, because there have been a few times where I've fallen asleep and thought I paused it, but I didn't, apparently, based on the save time. So I've been working on that, and then the big one, the one everyone wants to hear about.
Conan Exiles.
Conan Exiles, yeah. I bought a server, 10 slots, very, very small server for a full year, stupidly, because now Cameron wants to play it on PC. But got a
it's
PS4
free on there
server.
now.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. Got a PS4 server, and anyone's welcome to join. I'm not really planning on doing a whole lot with it. I want this to be the one where I play around with a big thrall army and make a big base and stuff like that. The base is extremely tiny, and I was gonna make it two levels. And so now it's what it is now is it's a tiny one floor. It's my normal building. My it's 2 floors, but there's no upper area.
So
It's
you
just
made a 2-story building with no stairs?
I had a stair, but it was a stair in the corner, and it wasn't leading anywhere because I didn't finish it. And I was like, Cameron would probably be very bothered by this.
Probably.
So I dismantled it, and I was like, I don't actually need it. I was planning on building a big base, like a big castle, because I bought the last expansion, a little DLC pack, and it came with mostly building materials of kind of a Roman style building stuff, and I wanted to get into that, but I haven't yet. So I'm like, now I'm just kind of playing the game again. But what I'm trying to be very strict with my play style, and I'm only going to capture named thralls is the thing. And so I keep going to that like Brimstone Cave, kind of near Iron Camp, in between Iron and Noob Camp.
Yeah.
And I'm like harvesting them for thralls.
Nice.
And getting the one skull guys on the map as well.
My favorite thing to do though for thralls is to get a couple of them and station them outside where you're farming for thralls, and then bait a thrall that you want to capture over to them and just group club them to death.
Yeah.
And then you can drag them off.
Yeah.
I wish you could go into that forest jungle area and then grab a bunch of baby gorillas, but I don't think that you can get them as tameable creatures.
I think you can. Gorillas.
I don't think you can.
Yeah.
I don't think they're on the list.
I don't remember seeing baby ones at all.
Yeah.
So
I think it's just the full-grown ones in that one area where you fight the queen.
Yeah. I've basically not discovered almost any of the map. I'm playing it in
Yeah,
like
you
very
can get
secluded
ape,
way.
yeti, and gorilla in Conan Exiles.
Oh, really?
When did they add that? Because I swear I looked at a list. And
Last
they
year,
weren't on
it looks like.
Wow. I guess we could have done it. I don't remember seeing baby apes, honestly. I don't know if there's some way to club them down and put them on the wheel of pain or what, but
It'd be fucking.
if there was, I would gladly do so.
That'd be so funny. Just fucking get full-grown gorillas, like dragging them and then putting them on the wheel of pain.
Yeah,
Instead of like putting them in the cage thing, like with the other animals.
Yeah, the game has rawly fucked me once, though, because I got like a one skull boss chick with me, and I finally knocked her out. And like it was such a chore because I would bring her over and she'd start beating the shit out of me, so I'd climb my house until she stopped attacking. And then one of the times I did that, an alligator showed up, and the alligator just killed her. And I was like, dude, this is like the fourth time I've tried to get this bitch on my team, and it keeps cycling through all the thralls, Mm-hmm. There's like a rotation of named thralls that'll spawn in a given spot. And it kept... Every time I tried to capture one, like something would happen that would fuck me over, like some random thing. And then I finally get this bitch on my team. I finally fucking get her on my team. And we go, and we're going to go raid the Brimstone, the Brimstone bunghole area in the game. And I fucking get up there, and the game is like starting to freak out. Like the server, I reset it after this. But like I fucking come up this hill, and this giant fucking hyena is there. This like giant boss hyena. And this is... The boss hyena is the ultimate nightmare in this game because the hyenas are horrendous, right? They'll fucking the
bleed and shit.
Yeah, and the cripple, and you can't move for shit. And this one did like a third of your
hyenas
health.
Are so bad with that cripple, it's so fucking bad.
It was probably like a quarter of my health every hit, and it was like raging, like hit, and I just got ripped to pieces. And I'm like, my thrall's still there because they don't go back to where you are when you die; they just stay there. And so I'm like booking my ass back up the hill trying to save her, and then I get there. Right as I get there, she like the top half of her body just slides off of her legs, and I'm like, fuck, dude. I worked for so fucking long, and then this bitch boss hyena shows up. Like, what the fuck is this game? And like it's glitching like crazy, like it's going everywhere. And so I die a couple more times, and then I'm like, I gotta go get my shit, and I'm like ready to go to bed. And I was like, I can't fucking log off until I get my shit back because it'll disappear when your dead body is there, And I go back, and the boss hyena is like kind of in the ground a little bit, and he's just like snarling and like trying to run away, but he's like glitched and stuck. And so I just pull out my sword. But the thing is if you guys remember in that game, when enemies run away from you, their health like starts ticking back up when they're in direct combat.
Yeah.
And so I started wailing on this guy, and he wasn't hitting me. Like he was trying to get back to his spawn point. And his health was like it was going down, but then it would chunk back up because he was healing.
Yeah.
And so what I had to do,
yeah.
I had to just like work my stamina bar just right, and I had 20 plus stacks of bleed on this guy, and like the bleed was just ticking away at him, and then my stamina bar was like chunking him back down, and then his heal would just like boost it back up almost all the way. And it was like a 10-minute just me ripping this guy off. And not feeling bad at all because it was so bullshit. Like the moment I get ahead in the game just like shoves its hand up my ass and tugs on the strings, and it's like
that's Conan.
It's fucking ridiculous. Yeah,
dude, you just got to get like 5 thralls, set them by your base, give them a shield, and then the blunted javelin, and then just fucking like lead the enemy to them, and then they'll fucking drop them.
I think
dude,
they
that
nerfed
blunted
recently.
javelin.
They did.
Yeah,
they do not have as much health.
The blunted javelin is fucking crazy good.
They keep tweaking the game and making it fucking harder. It's like, it doesn't have to be harder. It's already fucking hard, man. It's already bullshit. Like, I don't know why you guys are going that direction. Like, when they got rid of the health tick thing.
I mean, I can understand. It's just like when a thrall can consistently just do so much more damage compared to you, you just don't have a purpose anymore besides the tamer of thralls.
You could still give them that sort of crom, though. I don't think that they nerfed that.
Yeah. That's true, and they're I don't think their armor gets destroyed and stuff either. Like it never has.
Yeah.
So you can give them almost broken, really good legendary equipment, and it'll last forever.
And then the one sword in the game to fuck them all.
Yeah,
dude, the fucking sword of crom, because they don't have fucking stamina bars. They can just swing that shit endlessly.
They're not as accurate as you, but if you've got a
they
raid
don't need the
going
bow.
on,
You just need the fucking great sword, that fucking sword, man.
yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. They'll like swing and miss a lot, but if you get like a crowd, they're gone, man. They'll
Dude,
just
I don't know why I
fucking...
just thought of this, but it'd be fun to set up like a tower defense thing where you set up,
That would be fucking funny.
fucking archers on pedestals going up to your base, and then you spawn the purge right there in front of it, and the purge runs the gauntlet of your tower defense.
Dude, you could...
Dudes with fucking, like, exploding arrows, and then you got other thralls with fucking decked out armor and the sword of crom, just fucking, like, laying waste.
Can you imagine late game, like, big purges? That would be pretty tough to hold those fuckers off. Like, you get, like, full-size dragons coming in there.
You get fucking the exploding traps just everywhere.
Oh, dude.
And they've added mounts. Yeah, we haven't played it with mounts yet. Have you tamed a horse?
I haven't used a mount.
I want to joust.
Dude, it's going to be so fucking bad.
It's going to be so bad, but we got to do it.
You know what I want to do? I want to build a maze. A maze, and then, like, make it so where it's high enough that it's impenetrable. So, like, it's a really fucking tall maze, and then you have to go through the maze to get to the person's base.
Yeah.
But the maze is just full of explosive traps, like, everywhere. Like, all sorts of traps to fucking kill you, and you just have to, like... You have to just try to haul ass and get through it as fast as you can. And then there's this tiny base in the middle full of, like, star metal. That's it. It's just, like, packed.
You'd have to make that maze really fucking tall, otherwise they could just climb up it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It has to be, like, ludicrous. Or some unclimbable feature, which I don't think there is.
No, so you can
I guess you could put a roof on it.
No,
but even then, like...
On walls, you can put, what are they called?
Like spikes?
Oh, yeah, dude, if you put roofs on it, like, it would be really dark inside. So you'd have to
it's something
put,
like crenellations, but it's a spiky fence thing that you can attach to a wall that you can't... It'll damage you, and so whenever you take damage while trying to climb, you fall.
the spiked wall crenellations.
Yeah, it's crenellations, I think, is what they're called in the game.
It's yeah, you can put them on the walls.
You could definitely make it so people can't climb out.
Yeah, and put it up high enough that you can't see it from the ground, but when you hit it, you fall to your death.
Those are some tall walls.
I think it's the reinforced fence thing.
But you can always just
stack it along the entire wall so you can't get up.
I mean, you wouldn't be able to get up, yeah. So no matter what, you wouldn't be able to fall far.
And make it like you can't destroy buildings too. And then that's the way you make that game mode work. You can't break buildings.
But if you turn off the building thing, then NPCs don't aggro.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking lame.
But all you have to do is give them, like, once you get past the level 3 building material, normal weapons can't harm them. So just give them, like, a sword or, like, a bow and arrow and stuff like that. Just don't give them explosives. And so they have to travel the maze, and they can't destroy the walls.
That's true, yeah. You could cut it off. And then, I mean, it would be a fun little challenge thing anyway, so you wouldn't want to cheat, you know? Like, the whole point is, like... That's why playing with cheats makes you not play the game, because the entire point of a game is that you have a restricted amount of things you're allowed to do.
I mean, if you want to have a maze like that, I can totally make one. If you give me admin access to your server, I'll go make a maze that we can have listeners go through.
That would be sweet.
Death maze.
Yeah, the death maze, run the gauntlet.
Yeah. So I played a good amount of that. Too much Conan Exiles,
yeah.
to be honest. Honestly, any Conan Exiles right now is too much, but...
That's correct. Too many games need to get through right now.
But that's where we are. So, we know what everyone has been playing. The real question, arguably, and I'd say very arguably, the only question that truly has ever mattered. Has anyone finished a game this week? These 2 weeks, I guess. It's not just this week.
No.
Cameron.
No.
Zach.
Nope.
Nada for any of us, really? Man, it's. I feel like we're in a drought right now. I mean, maybe it's a Conan Exiles drought. Maybe it's just a drought, period.
Conan Exiles drought.
But the hog is as follows. Zach, still King Hog right now with 11 games beaten. Caleb Craig.
Suck it, Craig.
Second place with 10. I am in third with 9. And Cameron taking it up the rear with 8. So
8
that
games
is-
beaten, though, guys. That's a lot of games.
Yeah.
Not
for
enough.
June. That's still a decent amount of games, though, for like a normal human
For a
being.
normal human being, yeah.
Are we?
Can ascend to your level. Not quite godhood yet.
Yeah, well, we're not really that far ahead, but you'll probably never catch us.
This has probably been our slowest year, though.
Yeah, it's for sure been our slowest year. Yeah.
Yeah, it has been. We've done a lot of or TV shows and off-episode reviews this year.
Yeah. Yeah. Too many RPGs, not enough time. That's 2020 for Nude Clan.
Everyone's
I
suffering.
blame the Rona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That should give you more time to play games.
Yeah, all of us are working it as much, if not more. So
Yeah.
it kind of is its fault. And mine, I don't have to work as much as I do, but I let it happen. I let him.
You let him punk you?
Yeah. Because then I punk them back when I dip into that sweet, sweet federal money and yank
Until
it out.
they stop funding you guys, and then they
Yeah.
start paying you with stamps.
They never actually have funded us. Yeah, it's a stamp system. We each stamp it's lost half of its value, but we each get 100 stamp books to live on.
You just get a stack of stamps.
Yeah. We use them as ration cards at federal offices. We can
Start flipping through your stamps check out them fat stacks.
yeah, it's actually only about $100 worth, and it's gonna last me the whole year. Yeah, we will have
Stamp
stamps in the end.
inflation.
We will have stamps. So, Craig, you got a question for us?
I can find one.
Do it. It is your duty, Craig.
Is it? We haven't done that in a
So,
while.
we answering it off of the
He
Twitter,
said
or are we answering
duty.
off of...
Discord.
Well, I'm looking for one on the Twitter, but I don't know if we have one.
We do.
Find the Twitter.
I know we have plenty of them on Discord.
Oh yeah, A4 did a fuck, marry, kill too. I forgot about that.
Cameron's favorite, if I remember right.
No, this is Nude Clan Q. So...
Okay. All right, we got one. All right, it's from Thermination. He says, is digital still the future? Companies are editing or removing movies from digital storefronts due to not meeting our ever-changing modern standards. Are you afraid games might be next?
So, kind of. The reason why I say kind of is... I think what he's referring to is Gone with the Wind being removed from HBO.
Was it?
I think it was.
There-
No,
Well,
it's
over the
not,
last
it's
few
not being
days, too.
removed. They added a warning in the front of it saying that it contains racism and a bunch of other stuff.
They've taken a few episodes of shows. So for instance, The Office, whatever streaming platform it's on right now, they edited one of the Christmas episodes because one of the dudes does blackface. And so they've edited that scene out, so they're starting to do stuff like that. Or, I guess the Community got an episode taken off completely.
Wait,
Yeah.
does he do blackface or does he dress up as a black person? Because those are two different things.
No, he puts blackface on to dress up like a black person. It's weird. It's like a German Christmas tradition or something like that.
Oh.
That's what they're trying to do, and then he comes in no, you gotta go, you can't do that. Which is the whole point of it, oh yeah, you can't do that, get out of here. And then
Oh, yeah.
they're like, we're gonna cut it out because it's offensive.
Because
what
it's like
supposed to be.
the Robert Downey Jr. thing to me isn't really doing blackface. Because
Bro, he gets a
blackface
pass.
was the whole movement of making fun of him. You have the paint and there was like a certain style that you painted your face
Well,
to
like-
do blackface. It wasn't make yourself black. It was make fun of them for all the
Dude,
So
there
he
was
gets
a Pokemon episode that was banned because he dressed up like a monkey, and they took that as blackface.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, see,
like,
the- my
Because his
thing
face
was-
was painted like gray, so they were like, "Oh, it's blackface. We got to remove it."
My thing with Tropic Thunder though is like he got a pat like Jamie like what's it, Jamie Foxx like told him how to act. He's like, this is how you would like how I would react in this situation. Or like, and he like took him and like taught him, and he told him he could do it. He got Jamie Foxx's blessing, and you know what? That
Yeah.
trumps everyone's thing because Jamie Foxx is cool.
Yeah. All right. So
I mean, certain cultures do that, as traditions, like you're saying. I know for a fact that the Dutch will dress themselves up as black elves
yeah.
for Christmas.
That's a gollywog.
Yeah,
Yeah. And I mean,
that's
it's like
Jinx right there. That's what that is.
I don't know.
It's
To
not
me,
Nicki
there's a
Minaj.
difference between like because in America when people would do blackface, with the old plays and stuff, like that was a very stylistic like thing that they would do, and that's pretty fucked up because it's like pretty
Yeah.
damn racist. But like dressing up as a black person, it's like what if I wanted to dress up as like Michael Jordan? Like, if I just shaved my head, it's like, oh, I'm Michael Jordan. Can't you tell? It's like, no, you can't tell because Michael Jordan's black and I'm fucking not. And so, if you wanted to dress up as Michael Jordan, you would have to make yourself look black.
Yeah.
Or else you're not Michael Jordan. You're just some bald guy. So I think there's a huge difference between those two things.
I'm not going to get into this political discussion.
Yeah. Remember we
You don't
said
think there's a difference between those? two?
I'm just not going to be political. Is all
Well,
I'm
it's
saying.
not. We're not trying to be political.
We're not trying, but we're right there.
you
We're
could put a jersey on
we're
that
like
says Jordan. And
Yeah.
No,
has his
see, because then
number.
I'm just a guy wearing a jersey. Then it doesn't matter. It's just.
But you're
someone-
dressing up as Michael Jordan.
But you're
bald,
not,
And
if you're
then you
not-
got the fucking
You
jersey.
don't make yourself look like
And then you
someone.
got the fucking
the whole
Jordans
idea
on.
of dressing up as someone else is to make yourself appear to be that person or that thing. So it's like I feel like there's a disconnect between those two. But
I mean, dress up like that person, but don't color your face a different color to be that person, is what I say. Unless it's an alien creature character, then you can paint yourself blue all you want.
yeah.
yeah, I think that's weak.
That's the consensus is like someone who like did like cosplay and stuff like that's the consensus in that too is like don't
Yeah, I don't.
Don't
care about,
do that.
See, I don't care about cosplay rules because they're all PC pussies anyway. So
I mean we got in trouble for dressing up as the Mulan people.
Yeah,
There was a mom group in Cal, which if you're listening, fuck you. They wouldn't be listening. They're pussies. But there was like this mom group on Facebook, and so like they were just trashing us like hardcore, saying how we should be, and emailing us like so like they like DM us and just tell us like how we should feel so like disgusted with ourselves and how our parents should feel disgusted with us. So we dressed up as these Asian characters, and we're
Why?
not even
So it was
Asian.
because you were dressing up as Asian characters?
Yeah, they were so mad. Like these white women in California
Yeah.
were just so angry, and they're all white because I made a fake profile and I got into the group and I
Dude.
looked at all the profiles, and yeah, none of them. It was so stupid. Like they just got so angry at us.
yeah.
White people being offended for other people is the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'm worried. See, so the thing with Gone with the Wind on like the streaming service, the reason why it's different to me is when you stream the movie, if you like get a pass to HBO or whatever, a pass to Netflix, and while the movie's on there, you have access to it. That doesn't give you access to it forever. So for me, I'm not really super worried that going digital is gonna, you're gonna lose your library when it suddenly loses its status.
I mean, no, if
Yeah,
you're
I mean,
buying
then there's-
digital, if you're buying it, then even if you don't pay for that service later, if you have downloaded it, you should still have access to it.
Yeah, so like I'm
Yeah.
saying, like on Vudu, like where we all have a
Right.
Vudu, it's when you buy it on Vudu, I don't think there's a way for them to take it back. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah,
No,
plus,
it is your library. You're just
plus
using
if you
Vudu
have, like,
to hold it.
if you're afraid that these services will go down, you can always get like a personal
can
server where you
download it,
can
yeah,
like
on your personal
download.
server.
Yeah, there's like services like Plex and things that will do that for you that will hold on to your downloads. You can even like upload your physical movies that you own to the servers. So I mean, there's that as well. As far as like games going digital, I think that yes, that's going to be a thing, especially since both the new PlayStation and Xbox are going to have digital only versions. it means that there's going to be a lot less physical copies of those games, which is going to make them more of a collector's thing because more people are going to go with the digital download, which will help, game companies in general because they get more of the money from that because they don't have to pay as much cost for the physical release.
Yeah. I mean, I think his question is, are we worried that they're going to cut out games that aren't like acceptable anymore, quote unquote, or whatever? So, like, if a game gets canceled, I guess, will they pull it down? And I don't really think I'm super worried about that because same thing with the movies. Like, once you buy it, it's yours.
If you buy it, it's yours. Yeah, like they're not gonna, they can't do that really because you bought it. So
yeah, and if they tried, I mean, there'd be huge lawsuits for that because then you bought something with the agreement, that you were going to have access to it through their platform, and then if they suddenly take that away, it's like, no, I don't think so.
Plus, if you're afraid of that, then you can still go with a physical copy. So,
but I mean, we all, me and you bought DMC5, and they edited.
Yeah, I mean that's Sony. So I mean, Sony blinding or doing that thing so you can't see a lady's butt crack is fucking retarded. But I mean, you can't. You can still get that game on Xbox or on PC, and it's not going to be there.
Right, but I'm like, it kind of goes like the whole editing thing. Like, I mean, we still bought the full game.
Capcom shit on them for that because they didn't get their approval. But
yeah, and I mean, Conan, you can't do full nudity in Conan either. So, I mean, it's like,
there is censorship, and if you don't want that censorship, like at least the minimal censorship that they have going on right now, then just don't play on that platform.
Yeah. I don't think they'll start pulling games down though. I mean,
there's no way
they'd be getting seriously.
I mean, they can probably take them out of the. To buy, but they can't take them out of your personal.
They literally
just own it, and once you've downloaded it, it's
There's also people getting angry at Sony for the double standard because, they paid Naughty Dog to make Last of Us Part 2, and there's a sex scene in there which shows actual boobs. But they censored out a butt crack in Devil May Cry.
Which Devil May Cry, spoiler, is way better than The Last of Us 2.
I mean, it could be
it's super fun.
You could say it's like, I don't know, similar to what Emilia Clarke did in Game of Thrones, where she's like, I'm not doing any more nude scenes unless it's a big deal. Yeah. And then she did like a couple more because it was a big deal, right? It was like a huge moment of empowerment.
Yeah,
what she said she wanted to do.
She did. Well, didn't she find out that like Lena Headey had in her contract to not do nudity? And she's like, where the fuck was this? This is like what I heard. I don't know how true that is, but
I don't know. I mean, if that case, it's like, well, I mean, get a better agent. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
I mean, you can basically do what you want to do. You can't be like, oh, well, you didn't tell me every single rule. It's like, yeah, that's not my fucking job. I'm HBO. I want to see those tits.
It's not porn. It's HBO.
Yeah.
It's not porn. It's
If you didn't tell me no tits, there's going to be tits, okay? That's just the rule. Right? That's standard. That's the rule.
That's how HBO rolls, man.
You got to say no, and then we'll say we'll let you not do it. But maybe it's something like that where like they let Naughty Dog slide because whether you agree with it or not, it's more of a appropriate moment, and the butt crack is just egregious. I don't know. I mean, I don't even.
It wasn't even a full butt crack. It was like literally half of it, and while she was like being like pulling on clothes. So I mean,
I don't even remember.
Whereas the other one is like a really
graphic,
awkward sex scene. Like it doesn't need to be in there.
Did they motorboat or no? Dude, that's probably what made it awkward.
They just kind of make out, and then she takes off her shirt, and then she turns around, and then gets pounded.
Did they say anything about always needing to be online
weird.
For the PlayStation 5?
Like it's a really awkward moment. It just
died.
I don't know. It doesn't work for that.
The always online thing is horrible. Yeah. It has so many problems. Like, it's nice when it works, but when it doesn't work, it doesn't work at all.
Like, when your net goes out for whatever random reason, you're no longer allowed to play games.
It is stupid.
Yeah. So I wouldn't be too concerned about it. I'd be more concerned about what Zach was saying, like they remove it. And then in that case, it's up to them to do it. But you know what? It's also up to you to decide whether or not you want to bitch them out for it. So if you don't like that they pulled
if they
down...
remove it from their library, but you still own it.
Yeah,
there's nothing they can do about that.
If you want to be able to buy it and they pulled it down for,
I mean, you could always protest them for like censoring art, but
that's not going to do anything. I mean, It's
a
their
stupid idea
platform.
to censor art in the first place because that's some
that's
some Nazi shit. But whatever,
That's another thing, though, is when people say, "Oh, you can't censor this, can't censor that." It's their platform; they own it. It's their private property. They can say what can and can't be said on it.
Yeah.
If they want to censor something, that's their right because they own that material. Even though it goes against what you believe is right, it doesn't matter.
Well,
Right, and that's what like it
it's
comes
up
to
to you to not use their platform.
Exactly, it's up to you to take a stand.
I don't.
Yeah.
I actually don't know how that works because with Capcom, they said they didn't agree to Sony doing that, and Sony
Right, so it's up
doesn't-
to Capcom
Well,
to
I know,
not
but
publish games on their platform anymore.
Well,
which
but
they won't.
The thing is, it's like not an online game. Sony has no connection to Capcom
If it's on
through that game.
the
at all.
PlayStation, Sony can do whatever they can either have the game or they can not have the game. It is
Or they
their
can say you can
platform.
take a cut of all this stuff, and we're not going to give you money for this game now.
I don't know. I don't know how that works.
I think the one big thing where this is the gray area in it is like with social media, because there's the whole debacle of like, is it a publisher or are they an open forum? And if they're an open forum, then why are they publishing and like cracking down on certain things? And so maybe Sony kind of falls into that. I would honestly just look to like agreements with these companies, and like if this is going to be a thing, if I were Naughty Dog, if I were Capcom, I'd be like, no, you don't touch it, or else
Right.
you let us change it, or you
Right.
just let us do what we want within the confines of the ratings.
You can't trust Druckmann anyway, though. So like, I don't think he knows what he wants.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know how the inside of this kind of stuff looks with the video game contracts.
I'm going to be salty about this game for a long time, just so you guys know.
Yeah,
You're not even close to where I'm at.
You're going to be salty
Oh, I
lesbian
know.
vagina about this game. Is
Bro, okay, we were talking about this actually, like not like lesbian vagina, but like in this game because they're like hooking up and stuff. It's like these people aren't like really bathing. Like it's like a whore shower. Like that's fucking gross. Like no matter who you're hooking up with,
fucking horse.
it going to taste gross. Like it's nasty. Like I probably would be like, I'm just gonna masturbate because it's disgusting.
do they
they're
not
on the
bathe?
road.
No, so like it'll show showers and like little like buckets. So they're just like putting a little washcloth in and like getting the underboob sweat and shit and just like getting your tummy and stuff.
I think they have
It's
like
gross.
actual stuff like in the town that you start in, but like when they're
No,
out on the road.
if you go into the bathroom in Joel's house, there is the same setup. It is
Really?
It is a bucket. Yeah,
they have electricity, but they don't have running water.
that's what I'm saying.
That makes no sense. They're in an actual town.
Yeah, so it's a bucket.
But having electricity doesn't mean you have running water because that's the whole water treatment plant. that you'd
All
have
I'm
to turn
saying
on.
I
is
guess,
it's
yeah, but
gross,
it's
and
still-
I don't.
I don't know.
And
But,
it's just gross. It's
but
just
it doesn't
nasty.
make sense that they couldn't have dug a well or somehow have fresh water. They can just have a bath in.
You're peeling them off, and it's like a grilled cheese sandwich. You're like separating the grilled cheese, and you're just and like it's the stench coming off of that thing. Your eyes are watering so bad you like can't even see. You're just like
so gross. It's like an Arby's like cheesy roast beef sandwich.
yeah. You're pulling apart the slices of fucking beef.
Oh no!
You're like
Remember when I
she's
said,
got the meats.
Remember when I said swearing is fine, but disgusting examples is not if we wanted to
And
be,
I said we're not sellouts. So
but this is a perfect example of what I was saying.
Like I didn't know you had the
Yeah.
month-old meats.
yeah, the Arby's guy. She had the meats.
I would imagine that would be much more than a month old at that point.
You guys were kind of like looking at me like, what does he mean by that? Well, this is what I mean by that. I'm just saying. I'm like, we can be who we want to be, but
I knew what you meant.
Yeah.
But I feel sick.
Oh, man.
I feel sick now.
Yeah, no, that's not good.
Listeners, grab a bucket.
Shit. Yeah,
Jesus.
maybe it was worth it for them. I don't know. Maybe the.
But I get it, right? There's a certain tang that you just don't mess with.
Would it be like cheese or would it be like
No.
mayo or some shit? Like,
This-
Cottage cheese.
ew.
We're not going for a loaf of bread, okay?
Cameron's now going to be abstinent for a long time.
No. Oh,
I'm thinking more like when you have an old sticker and you're
Come
like,
on.
It's been on the
And
disc.
the adhesive is just like really stretchy.
yeah, like it's not quite. It's coming off a little bit, but a lot of it's kind of
What
like
about,
it's really resisting, and it's kind of stringing.
What about
on.
that sticker that leaves the residue behind?
Yeah, and there'll always be a little something there for you. Like it'll never quite go away. That's
It's sticky and not quite lube. It's just
yeah, it's somewhere in the middle. Somewhere in the middle.
Would you count all the times of them going in the water as baths?
yeah.
No, I absolutely wouldn't, because you're not using soap. It's not a bath. That's what I. That's what I, if my little cousin's listening to
that's
this,
false.
because he's been listening to the podcast. It's not a shower if you don't use soap, you little fucker. You have to use shower.
Wait,
Sorry, you have to use soap.
how old is their cousin?
I'm not going to tell you because it'll embarrass him.
Oh, okay.
If you don't have soap, rinsing off with water is a bath. Okay? Yes, you're still going to have dirt if you can't scrape it off, but even like you can get like a fucking
Cameron.
stick and you could scrape yourself
Cameron,
off.
no.
Yeah.
You have to have
Fish
soap for it to be a real
poop in
shower.
there.
God damn
And they
it.
jizz and pee.
But it's still going to be better smelling than having your fucking rank ass nut.
it's really not,
rinsed
though, because
off.
if you're not using soap to clean or anything,
Okay, no, so
you're still going to
you're
have a
still
funk.
washing away the sweat and you're still washing away the grime buildup. It's still
Bro, you're
happening.
still going to smell bad. There's absolutely no way.
And if you really needed to, what you could do is just make get some sand and just scrape sand over your body to get the dead skin to fall off.
It's not like clothes. Clothes have a stink cycle. Bodies do not. Bodies continue. It's gross. If you don't want to smell, you gotta shave like your armpit hair and shit.
The
And they
most
always wear
hygienic
the
thing
same
about having a
clothes.
shower is actually just
I have
the
a
running
buddy that
water
tested
itself.
that
It's
out.
the ability to wash
Huh?
your sweat off is what helps you be cleaner. Yes, you need soap,
You need soap.
but
you just-
you don't
you just
need
said it. You just
soap
said
for
it.
it to be a bath. No, in our
No,
modern
it's
time, you
not.
need soap.
You need soap. You need some kind of.
I mean, Eastern European
Cleanser.
countries, they don't even. What they'll do is
That's not a good
Just-
example
just
because they
sit-
all smell like shit.
Yeah, they gets pretty bad.
I've
They'll sit
lived there.
They'll sit in a sauna and then they'll just scrape off the dead skin and dirt,
yeah.
It's nasty.
and then just go rinse off real fast.
Yeah. So
That's
again,
cleaning
not
your
a
skin
not
off.
not a real.
I mean, what do you
bath.
think the soap is doing?
Making me smell.
Well,
good.
then you got to
Yes,
decide
correct.
if the
And
substance
that's about it.
or the smell is what makes you more grossed out. Because
Well,
what you're
if you
saying,
rinse
you
off
get
with
the,
water and you scrub, even if you don't have anything, if you just like scrub with your hands
Bro,
over yourself,
fish.
you
Fish
will
are
smell
wet
better.
all day long, and they still smell
You-
fishy.
you-
So, like, if you're putting water on yourself, you're still gonna smell like something.
Yeah, but you're not gonna smell like BO.
That's not true.
If you wash yourself, if you wash yourself in water and scrub, even if you don't have soap, you won't smell like BO. You won't smell as good as you would with soap.
You'll still smell. Yeah, it'll still come. It'll still be there.
So Cameron, is the gross thing about the sticker metaphor? Is it the residue left behind, or is it the smell that the sticker leaves?
Does it leave us?
If you
Or
wash
is it the stretchy adhesive?
it's just like no.
It's just stringy,
If you fucking wash it in water, most of that will go away.
but not all of it.
Well, yeah,
But not all of it.
it's still not clean water. You
Cameron.
still don't want it inside of you, not inside the fucking river.
I'm not.
It'll
It's not
smell
going to be
better.
inside of me. I'm going to be inside of it. I'm not.
I'm talking about
Oh, okay.
yes.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Let's move on.
Yeah. If you want, no, I'll just leave it. All right, so get rid of that sticky adhesive. But yeah,
But wash your hands. With soap.
definitely use soap. Yeah, don't just use water.
I'm just saying it doesn't replace an actual bath, but
Dog.
it's still better than nothing.
Okay, it's better than nothing. Eating if you don't have any food, eating food out of the trash can's better than nothing.
Actually, it might not be.
It
Get
is.
sick.
Nah, I won't get sick.
Okay.
My stomach's made of steel because of racial reasons. I can eat anything.
Yeah, he's a goat.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's not hard to make soap either if they knew how to make
No,
it.
yeah,
So,
exactly. But I'm just saying. I just don't appreciate it.
I mean, sponge bath when you have a perfect river or something close by. Yeah, I'm not talking about bathing in a fucking pond that's rank.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like moving water.
Yeah, moving water. I could see moving water.
Yeah.
It would be better. I don't think it would get rid of the smell though.
Most of it should. Because what is BO? It is bacteria that's growing on you that's feeding off of basically your dead skin and your sweat.
and shit, yeah.
And once you remove it and wash off, you remove their feeding source, and you don't smell like BO.
But
Until
we're
you start
talking
sweating
about
again.
the vagine here.
Yes.
Remember how we were going
Yes,
to move
we are.
on?
Yeah, let's move on.
We're talking about another crevasse, not the arm crevasse.
Yeah, the other
We're
crew.
talking about
And then it's just like you don't want.
We
The
were
hatchet
talking
wound.
about that
Yeah.
before. There's no new crevasse. No new cave of wonder.
I mean, there is if
Same
you look
one.
behind the knee.
It's true.
If you see to the right
It's the
time of
secret
day.
hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought about that in post-apocalyptic things, and I'm like, it's like, sorry, you're just gonna have to like.
Speaking of post-apocalyptic things, Resident Evil Extinction.
Exactly.
Oh,
Let's,
what a slide! Look
I
at
know,
that. You
look
just
at
slid
that.
right in there.
I'm just saying, if I'm camping with you guys and you start to stink, you better go fucking rinse off in a available river
Hey.
because it'll be better than nothing.
Nobody goes and rinses off in a river.
Math is racist, according to Super White Lady. He doesn't say anything else.
Resident Evil.
I've showered under a waterfall and it was fantastic.
I do think math is racist, though. Because it's
How so?
I just hate math.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't like it.
Trailer in Hindi. I kind of want to watch that one.
Do it.
Yeah.
I don't think this one's Hindu, but
I don't think it is either.
but
We'll
we're
find
watching
out.
this one. I kind of hope it is.
Some nudity. There's no fucking nudity in this movie.
It kind of was. They just didn't show nipples. The clones were nude. You remember this from the first movie?
They just showed you the entire opening.
Take a
Duck
sample
bitch.
of the blood, then get rid of that. These clones are not working. The original Alice is the key.
Wow, way to reveal the end, fucker.
To the surface.
Just revealed the end of the movie in the trailer. Holy shit.
of the movie.
And then the last 10 seconds. Screen gems.
This scene they recycled twice.
Sorry about this.
How they highlight that?
the end of the world.
Look at the scope.
The world lies in the convoy. Pretty soon there'll be more of us dead than alive.
Okay, spread out. Look for anything of use. Gas, food, ammo. You know the drill.
Cigarettes, condoms.
Fucking got attacked by Duke Nukem. Mankind faces extinction.
Kmart faces
The birds.
My senses have detected Alice. Her powers appear to have grown at a geometric rate.
I can have a strike team ready within the hour.
Everyone is scared. Good thing we like a challenge.
It's the final.
Make sure she's dead.
For ours.
I'm coming for you.
Shut her down. Oh.
We fought the infection. We survived the apocalypse. Now we face extinction.
Extinction. Resident Evil Extinction.
It's too bad it wasn't the
Hindi trailer.
the Hindi trailer. So
That trailer pretty much gives away the entire movie, like in clips. Like you just.
I mean, we didn't even need to watch the movie. That was the whole thing, pretty much.
Yeah. We wouldn't get gems as my baby.
Yeah.
Help my baby.
yeah, as if anyone would. Yeah. So Resident Evil Extinction, 2007 action horror film, directed not by Paul
Horror?
W.S. Anderson. Action horror.
Would you call it a horror movie, though? Would you?
There was with the zombies and like some like there was some scenes like jumpy scenes.
Resi 1
would be
had more
considered, yeah.
jumpy scenes for sure.
But it'd be still considered a horror. It's like if you watch like what is it? Evil Dead
Just 'cause
3,
it has
Army of Darkness.
monsters doesn't
it's considered
make it a
it's-
horror movie.
Army of Darkness is considered a horror movie, and it's not scary. It's a slapstick horror. There's different genres of horror.
yeah. So this one, oddly enough, not directed by Paul W.S. Anderson. He's been the one that's been doing these movies. He's married to Mila Jovovich.
Lucky bastard.
Which is why she's the star.
Yeah. But this
we
one's...
all know why she's a star.
Because she'll get nude.
Because she's hot.
Both. Why not both? So this one's directed by Russell Mulcahy. And
Russell Bukaki.
So it was written by Paul W.S. Anderson. So I was like, okay, why is this guy... Paul W.S. Anderson, I can understand, like, being obsessed with Mila Jovovich. She's pretty hot, right? And he's like, dude, I'm married to her. I'm like, oh, I'm going to make clones of her. We're going to fucking see her tits. Like, oh, man, it's going to be awesome. Like, awesome. And then this guy also thinks his wife is awesome. He's like, what if we had 1 million nude versions of your wife in these little bubble pod things? And they all woke up at the end.
But we don't show any nipple.
Yeah, but we actually don't see any nudity in this movie. Which is bizarre.
You're saying that her husband retains the nipple rights?
Yeah,
to all
yeah,
exactly.
That's right.
Yeah, so
he's the one. He edited them all by himself, just the husband, carefully and with love.
Yeah,
I wonder if there is a cut that actually has nipples, because there was that zombie whose boob was like hanging out, but then she didn't have a nipple, and it looked like they purposefully removed it.
I mean, it looked like it rotted off. Like that's what it looked like. So it could be.
So it looks like he doesn't direct one for a couple movies until Afterlife again. So he's kind of like gone off and on and off and on as far as directing.
But is he writing all of them?
Yeah, he's involved with all of them. It looks like. So it's kind of his creation. Maybe he just didn't have time, or he wanted to like it's his buddy, and he's trying to dare him to like have some nude scenes with his wife, but he's
trying to cuck himself. Like
but Russell's a good guy, so he's like, no, I'm not going to do that, bro. I wouldn't do you like that. I wouldn't do your wife like that.
Later in the trailer, though,
he sure wanted to cuck himself with that guy from The Mummy.
Yeah,
dude. This movie actually has like a pretty like decent like cast. Like the people that are in it, I
love that guy. He needs to be in more shit.
Well, he was good, and then you got like the dude from Game of Thrones, Ian Glenn. Yeah, it's just kind of cool. It's like, oh, sweet.
Yeah. So the movie starts out with Alice waking up in the mansion again, as always. She's kind of like wandering through the halls. She's sort of like looking around at shit, and she's confused, and she's kind of regaining her memories like she does every time, right? In these fucking movies. And as she moves along, she uses her new kinetic powers, and she kills like a dude. She kills somebody with it. And then also there's like a weird, almost pointless, like invisible wall that kind of reminded me of what is it, like the 13? It's that one movie where there's like 13
ghosts.
13 ghosts, yeah, where the guy gets like fucking thunk by the like metal thing or the glass door, and it cuts him in half. It kind of reminded me of that, but they don't actually make any use of it other than cutting the fucking hospital bed she was going to break out of the building with in half. So she uses her kinetic powers, and you're like, oh man, this is weird. Why is she here? And then this fucking security like machine gun drone shoots out of the floor and just blasts her in half, basically, and then she just dies.
It's like one of the bouncing Bettys from COD just like pops up and then just fucking launches metal balls everywhere.
Yeah.
Just kills her.
Yeah, so it wipes her out, and then it goes back to actual her, who is having like some kind of nightmare about this death happening. So there's some weird connection between Alice and all the Alice clones, right? Something's going on that's, I don't know, it's really weird. Because it's weird because if they're all clones, I don't know why they would have some sort of connection thing. That seems like a glitch in the system, you know, like something you wouldn't want to have.
It might be through the
psychic powers.
It might be through the computer thing too that they controlled her with earlier as well.
Yeah. I guess they hinted at that with the satellite. Maybe they're all
that it's like all part of the Alice project.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this movie, since they wanted to film it in a desert, they justified that entire premise by saying that somehow
the entire world is dead now.
Yeah,
like all the rivers dried up, all the trees died.
You know what?
And forests became deserts.
I bet they took a book out of the Mad Max franchise. Because if you watch the first Mad Max movie, it's like dystopian and it's like kind of apocalyptic, but like there's still like houses and like everything's fine. And in the next movie, everything's wasteland.
Yeah.
So they're like, yeah, fuck it, they did it.
The second movie is fucking sweet too.
No, it is, but it's just like,
and Thunderdome's even more dystopian. Not as awesome.
No,
But the Thunderdome itself is pretty sick.
I enjoy it.
Welcome to the Thunderdome.
Yeah. But this one, very rapid. It's all deserty. Like, everything's covered in sand. I mean, they eventually even go to Las Vegas, and there's, like, 20 feet of sand at least.
Yeah, I read somewhere, I couldn't find it anymore, but how quickly Las Vegas would be covered in sand, if humans were to leave all at once.
Yeah, I think Paul
in the
W.
movie they said 5 years.
I think Paul Anderson
To be completely covered.
Well, to what it was when we saw in
in
Resident
that
Evil,
movie?
they
Oh,
said
okay.
5 years. So I don't know if that's accurate, but yeah, it would definitely have sand.
I think he saw that and he made the movie plot about that. He's like, "Oh my god, that's so cool! Let's cover Vegas in sand."
See, I don't know how why they explained it that way. Like they're like, oh yeah, the T virus got released, and then like the rivers dried up. How did the rivers and trees die?
We were talking and we were saying maybe because like it just targets life. If it turns them into zombies, maybe it's just.
Yeah, but see,
are there zombie
But there really
trees?
isn't any.
How would a river be
No.
affected by that?
yeah,
Right, there's just no
Doesn't make sense.
I could see the trees and stuff because there's less things. There are fewer things like.
But the zombies don't like
Emitting
bite the
CO2?
trees.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't. Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, having
it doesn't make
so-
sense. It doesn't say anything.
Yeah, plants
Plus-
getting infected, water itself getting infected.
Plus, the
doesn't make
planet
sense.
dying as quickly as it did.
Yeah.
Like, it had to have died immediately, which makes no fucking sense. Because, like, everything is gone and destroyed and, like, looks like it's been aged, like, at least 30, 40 years. But it's got to have only been, like, a year or two since the last movie.
Yeah, and then and also like if humankind were to get wiped out in these massive numbers, I mean, a lot of stuff would go back to normal. Like you look at abandoned malls and like they're taken over by nature because if you don't keep nature at bay, nature will destroy everything. I mean, it destroys homes. Like roots can destroy homes. They can just destroy your piping. They can destroy sidewalks. Like and it's just a tree over
There
time.
was a TV show called The World Without Humans or something like that, where it just would do certain cities.
Was that the one where like the people like humanity just left Earth?
Yeah, they don't explain why humanity's gone.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's rad.
It's just like humanity's all gone. We don't know why. They're just all gone, and this is what this city would look like after this many years and this many years.
It shows like the animal population as well, like what's going on. It's kind of cool. It was a pretty sweet documentary.
Yeah, so it's something like that. Like I Am Legend, the movie kind of does that too, where like
yeah,
when you're not upkeeping things, they just get destroyed by wilderness because life always finds a way, right? As Dr. Malcolm, Ian Malcolm told us, and it seems like they kind of wanted to roll with that, but they were also like, well, filming in the desert is really cheap, so let's just say it all got wiped out.
Which they could have they still could have played in the desert and then like had Vegas still be under like sand because people weren't living.
Yeah,
there.
Vegas would still make sense because it is a fucking desert.
it is in the desert. Yeah, so that'd be.
But having
like,
the whole
here's-
world be dead does not make sense.
Exactly, and it's like there's a plot point where Alaska is like the safe haven that's uninfected, but it's like if everything else died in the world, then you'd assume that everything died everywhere, not just this little space. And like zombies aren't.
Well,
any...
they said specifically that like the whole world was taken over.
Exactly.
And, like,
Well,
that
I took that to mean
how
as
did it not
people
reach
being
Alaska
infected.
then?
Yeah.
I just
Well, no,
took
that's
that to
what
be
I'm
as-
thinking, too.
Like, just
But it's
people
like-
died. I don't think the actual world itself was infected.
No, it wasn't. But like they
Yeah.
said, the world died. That's what she
Yeah.
said in the beginning.
Yeah, because like all the forests and stuff turned into deserts.
But here's the thing: like
and
a
the
zombie's
rivers
not
dried up.
any less dangerous in the forest than it is the desert. So like this probably was purely for like budget.
Yeah.
But even then, they could have wrote it in a way that it
What
still
was
would
the
have made
budget?
sense.
Does it say on there?
$45 million, and it made $150 million. So did pretty well.
These movies make
Fucking
these do
shitty
really well for
movies
themselves.
making their money.
Yeah, these ones do well every time. So yeah,
Because of that naked Mia Jovovich.
Yeah.
You bet.
This one didn't deliver,
no. So
to my dismay.
after the fake Alice, the clone Alice dies, we go to the actual Alice. She gets called in and like she gets lured in by a group of marauders, basically, who are trying to fuck her. I guess I don't know.
Well, they just bring people in and they
Yeah.
kill them and take their stuff, and then she just happened to be hot, so the guy's like, "I'm gonna fuck you."
yeah, and then she
In front of his mom.
Yeah, his mom is there holding her, and she's like, "Get him, Jedediah!" I don't know.
Get
what his
it,
name
get
is.
him with the dick, boy. Get him
Yeah,
with the
like
dick.
it was kind of it was disturbing. I was like,
should have
well, fuck.
fuck him with that old dick, there, boy. I don't even that little tiny dick.
No, I just tell mama that. Yeah, I tell you.
And then she kicks him in the nose, and then
Bro,
he
what the
just
fuck?
fucking dies. No,
She got him in the neck.
She kicked him in the fucking dick. She's supposed to take that dick, not kick him in the dick.
yeah, no, she kills. She just basically they're like, okay, well now that she killed our son,
That would have been way funnier though. She kicked him in the balls and it just like popped out of his mouth.
Yeah.
That would've been way better.
since we they killed my son, the natural thing is to not shoot her, which they could have because they drew guns on her.
And they just threw her into a pit with zombie dogs.
Yeah, so if you're ever going to be a bad guy, just kill people. Don't put them in like dire situations so you can like slowly jack off and watch it happen. Watch their destruction and their demise. Just kill them off.
Yeah.
Like, but no one ever does it.
Beat
so
their head in with a golf club.
Yeah. They throw her in a pit with the lovely, iconic, German Shepherd zombie dogs. I think that's what they are, right? I don't know.
I can't really tell. They were all covered in like that red dye.
Yeah, this time they're not covered in like red silly string, at least.
Red silly string and plastic.
The dogs just pure CGI this time?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. No, yeah.
Not with a budget of $45 million.
They did look kind of shitty. So maybe I don't know.
All the FX in this one did. So yeah, she kills all the dogs, escapes, and then
the way she escapes is fucking stupid.
She doesn't kill the dogs. The dogs end up killing the marauders.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, she beats the dogs up a little. Is all.
Yeah, well, she kills like half the dogs, and then she like ties them up to the power lines, and then and then they pull the fucking like
steel beam, a load
the beam. Fucking beam out from under there, so that it makes a ramp so she can get back up. Which is fucking stupid.
I didn't realize she was in construction work. Like, that's pretty rad.
I guess, yeah. And then she like goes back up there. The dogs jump up there with her, fucking kill the marauder guys. And while they're chewing on them, she calmly gets her weapons back and then just fucking leaves.
Yeah.
Like a badass.
And she eventually goes to another like gas station or something, and she finds a
dead body with like a map. And then she leaves there.
Yeah, and the map is like talking about Alaska and how Alaska is supposed to be safe, and it's like confirmed.
Because they've gotten like transmissions and stuff like that.
And then she accidentally destroys her motorcycle.
She has a psychic wet dream.
Yeah, psychic wet dream. There you go.
Yeah,
and then she lifts her motorcycle up in the air and crashes into the ground.
Tosses her rocks and then some motorcycle, and then she has to walk.
She got her rocks off.
Yeah, she did.
Got her rocks off the ground.
And then,
at the same time, this is all happening though. We follow Claire Redfield in her caravan because it switches between the two. And Mike Epps gets bitten like a dipshit. Doesn't tell anyone.
Well, it's hilarious because Carlos, another character from the games and in the movie, sees Mike Epps getting munched on, blasts the zombie,
and doesn't say anything.
Did he see he was getting bit?
Yeah, it was on top
obvious.
of him. Yeah,
it was like on top of him.
But if he's on top of him, he's like trying to like hold it. Doesn't mean, you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna give Carlos benefit of the doubt.
Well, I mean, he was like laying back with the zombie like munching on his nipple, and he fucking like shoots him in the head. He like obviously saw that he was like wounded.
No,
but he didn't do anything.
I think he like shoots him up from a distance. Is what happened.
I think he goes into the room with him, and he fucking shoots him from the doorway. It was like he was close enough to have seen it.
It seemed clear because we got
just
a camera.
Like, ignored it.
We got a camera shot from where he basically walked in, and you could tell he was getting ripped apart. Like right there,
because he couldn't do anything. And his
that was
arms were like,
that was.
Like
I mean,
this,
he was
and
acting,
he was getting chewed on.
I mean, afterwards he was acting injured the whole time. It's just like people.
They're like, "Oh, it must be that little head wound."
Yeah.
I actually like that fake out though, where like he sees a zombie, he's like "fuck" and he shoots, and it's the mirror, and I was like, "Oh," because I actually did think it was that.
I thought it was the mirror. Yeah, I was like, "Idiot."
I just like it's one of my favorite tropes in horror movies. I don't know why. I just love that. It's funny.
Well, he shoots the mirror, then he turns around and it's another mirror. It's like
the fun house.
Yeah, he's in a fun house. Suddenly he's like, "Oh fuck!"
Just starts crying.
Nothing about this is fun.
There's a bunch of really skinny and really fat zombies for some reason.
Yeah. Oh, God! It's the midget one! It was the midget one the whole time! I thought that was the joke mirror! Fuck! What are the odds?
You think it's a silly mirror, and it's just...
Yeah, he's just a short person.
And he's got big shoes.
Yeah. And a very large
fucking drives in with the clown car and like 6 more get out of it.
All midgets. all midget zombies.
Sentient midget
I mean,
zombies.
they did drop a clown container full of zombies.
They did.
Yeah, how many zombies were in that stupid container?
Fuck ton.
Dude, it was a lot, yeah.
And there was a small container. I mean, it was decent. It was decent, but not that
I
many.
mean, are you not worried about zombie rights, are you?
No, they're
Fuck
sardines.
no, man.
They're already dead.
Yeah, plus there's no cure, so whatever.
I mean, there is a cure.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's her blood. That's what they said.
It's her blood.
But anyway, okay. So like after that,
So you gotta.
I mean, that's the whole premise. That's the whole premise of the doctor guy. He's trying to make zombies more intelligent so they can make them a labor force.
See, the problem is you'd never find the
which
cure.
is fucking funny to me.
Yeah.
You'd have to. Okay, so you got to get to her blood, and that's the cure.
I don't like where this is going.
And that's why he was.
Right.
That's why he was.
Anyway.
cloning her.
You gotta go. You gotta do your duty.
I enjoyed the fact that the zombies had little workman suits on. I thought it was
it's
adorable.
like, what are these guys doing?
It was a great
imagine
creative
being-
choice.
Send out the
Imagine
kids.
Being
Fucking
the dude who had to
gardeners.
change the zombies' clothes.
They did. They 100% did because they were clean.
I know. Can you
was-
imagine being that dude? Hey, you're the scientist who gets to fucking put these zombies in their nice one-piece
You just got
rompers.
fucking.
He's wearing bomb squad gear.
Have you
to,
guys-
like, fucking change their clothes?
It's
It's like, all right, lift
God,
your
this is
legs
the
up.
worst job I've ever had.
It's like trying to put a shoe on an infant. You're like, no,
gotta-
fucking stop moving.
It's got to
Stop
change to
moving.
zombie diapers.
It's like that, but it's their whole body.
Unbend your arm. Unbend your arm. God damn it.
That'd be
This
fucking
little
funny.
romper.
Anyway, so then
it's so great.
Claire's caravan gets attacked by a fucking huge murder of crows. It's
That
like
were all infected with the
hundreds of
T-virus,
them. Yeah.
Which I
And,
think is kind of cool because they kind of hinted at that up the movie because in like random scenes like in the background and stuff, the crows are like shown eating the corpses.
they're eating
Which is kind of cool.
zombies.
They're like kind of like snuck that in where you see like crows like because crows play.
Well, I mean,
like,
it would make sense since there's like zombie dogs too.
Well, I told Cameron it made me think of Bloodborne with the carrion crows, like just
Yeah.
how they looked.
Yeah.
And so they get attacked by a bunch of them, and then they fucking try to shoot them for some fuck off reason.
Yeah, that was
While
real
having
stupid.
a flamethrower.
Yeah, they have a fucking flamethrower mounted to the top of one of their
You didn't open
fucking
with the flamethrower
cars, and they didn't just use that immediately.
Like they got the Wilhelm scream though, so he died.
I mean,
hero.
they
one good
didn't
Wilhelm
even use a
scream.
shotgun or anything. They were literally trying to shoot them with pistols while running, and it's like, fucking, what are you planning on hitting one of them with it?
Yeah, you're getting one bird.
One
maybe.
out of the 400 that are just there.
There was a lot.
Yeah. So the birds, this kind of it was cool looking and it was crazy because like one of the kids accidentally made a loud noise and then they were all like, "Ugh." And then they knew.
just started fucking the bus up.
Yeah, and then they started assaulting the bus that was full of kids because that's the vehicle they knew people were in, right? And then this is where it got kind of stupid because they started like slamming themselves into the windshield of the bus, and then everyone's like, "Oh my god, they're gonna get into the bus!" And then they start like exiting the back of the bus, and it's like this 1.5-minute long like exodus from the bus. And the thing that makes it so dumb is there's people like flying out of the back door, and they're like, "We can't let him get in. We can't let him get in." It's
I
like,
know.
They could just go around the back and just
I know.
fucking.
It's like I don't know why they were so set on the fucking birds only trying to enter through the windshield.
Yeah.
It was even afterwards when the last person on the bus, you're like, "Hey, no, come on!" She dramatically turns around and closes the back of the bus door, closing herself into the fucking bus. And it's so stupid because they're fucking birds. That's like they could only go through the bus.
Right.
They can't
But
just fly
also-
around the bus.
That's one of the scenes where Mike Epps is such a prick because he's already bit.
Yeah.
And he's like, but I love this girl so much because she made me baked beans and we're fucked. And then he doesn't even try to save her, like
Yeah,
knowing
he
that you're
coulda-
already dying.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you, man.
He
That
could have
was such a
saved
dick
her,
move.
but I still think that the whole bus scene was stupid. Like,
Yeah.
why did the birds think that there's only one way in?
I think
And
it
that's
was
the windshield.
only for the aesthetic of them holding the windshield,
Yeah.
Right?
and the
But
fear.
but
of
then
that.
why? But
It's very video gamey, though. Like,
Yeah.
if you think about it, it is a very video game
It just doesn't make
situation.
sense.
What it reminds me of is like the Battle at Winterfell episode of Game of Thrones when the dead slam into the shields and it's just like so many fucking dead. You know, it's kind of like that.
No.
but way lamer because they could have just come around behind.
Exactly. It'd be like the dragons slamming into a shield wall when they can just fly around it.
or just
That's exactly what it's like.
Yeah,
Flying in
and
the ocean and getting
and
fucked by
it's like it looks cool, but if you think about it for more than 2 seconds, you're like, this is actually pretty dumb.
It's so stupid. It's
Because they're
just so
attacking
dumb.
the people in the back too. The ones that are running away, they're like having to swat them away and
Yeah,
shoot
like
them
one
and
or
shit.
two, but why are they still doing this fuck off thing trying to get to the center of the bus? And
Yeah.
she can do this dramatic turnaround, close the back of the bus door. Like, that's going to fucking protect them?
Yeah, like
She's going to trap them all in the bus somehow.
The moment that the window should have gone, they should have just picked her apart.
Yeah.
And then the dumb thing was is after she gets the once she goes and like closes the door, she turns around and then like 7 of them just eat her to pieces. And then she like slowly like bleeds against the back window.
Yeah, why didn't they just keep munching?
There should have been like thousands of them just slamming against it, and then like the camera pulls away, and then all that's left is like her skeleton.
Yeah.
It's like just like a fucking anatomy class skeleton too. That's what they should have done.
Yeah, the bird scene is stupid, but it does.
Fucking piranha
it didn't have to be
crows.
stupid.
Crows.
The bird scene did not have to be stupid, but it was.
No, yeah, it was. And then Mila Jovovich suddenly shows up.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the only cool
they
part
killed
in
the
the
dude
bird
that was
scene.
on the flamethrower. The flamethrower goes crazy. She shows up, uses her magic powers
So the one
to
thing,
save
though,
her, to fling it up into the sky
Yeah.
and then burn the world away.
The one thing, though, when the flamethrower is just spinning by itself with flame, I think it was doing more than it was when the guy was on it anyway.
Yeah,
It totally did, yeah. It took out so many fucking crows on its own.
Then she was able to use her psychic powers and blow up all the crows.
Yeah, which was pretty sweet looking, but it
Yeah.
was also like kind of dumb because it's like
I think it was the best part of that scene. It was the
and then
best
it was
part of the whole
immediately
scene.
go to the doctor, and it's like, oh yeah, she just used her fucking superpowers. We know where she is now.
Yeah, somehow they have equipment to find out if someone's using their alpha and beta waves, whatever the fuck that means. But,
yeah. I'm gonna use my beta waves today.
But yeah,
It's like
they
when
can
you take a
they-
relaxed.
She was using her
spikes in
dominant
it.
genes. Is what was going on? And they can track that
yeah,
shit.
that's
She was
right.
using her pegging genes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Her dominant side.
it's gonna peg Carlos. The so like 5 people die from this fucking stupid crow attack.
It's true. Only 5.
Totally unavoidable. Mike Epps is still slowly dying as time goes on, and she decides that she wants to work with these guys. And
Well, they decide they want to help her, basically.
yeah, because she basically started walking because she lost her
Yeah.
bike, and she ran into them. That's essentially
Plus,
what
she
happened.
tells them about Alaska and how
Yeah.
it's possibly a
Oh,
haven.
yeah.
And it's funny because she heard a transmission from them earlier, but she turned her radio off because the last transmission she answered, she got ambushed. And so I thought that was kind of cool. She was like, "No, not this time," you know.
So what made him
But she
decide to go
runs into
through
a
Las Vegas?
Because they were getting talking on supplies.
They
They needed
gas,
gas because they had
yeah.
stopped at every other. They said they specifically say every other gas
And then
station.
since because fucking Umbrella was watching their every move, they had a trap waiting for them in Las Vegas. But
Yeah,
how do
'cause
they know
she was-
exactly what corner they'd be sitting on, though?
Because
They
it's
just
movie
know.
magic, baby.
Yeah, and then like them dropping the crate in, it's like this is some
No, the
real...
crate was already waiting there for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Why
they had
was-
they had that tent set up and everything too.
They
Yeah,
had the
they
tent
beat
set
him
up on the
there.
other building.
Which they didn't know they were going to Vegas.
Yeah, how would they know?
No, because they triangulated her position. Once they knew that, they were just watching her because they can do the uplink and they can see through her eyes.
I guess that would be
Oh.
like
So
like
they
a
would know where
They
she's
must have-
going.
Yeah, they must have just like heard somehow that they were going to Vegas,
And so
where
they
were
knew that,
stopping.
but they knew exactly where they would stop just to have that trap ready to go. Unless they had several containers on every feasible corner.
You know what though? They put you know what? It is going to make sense because they put the container by where you'd have to go in to get gas,
Okay.
and that could have feasibly been the only way to go and you know what I mean.
I guess.
And
if
they
there's
didn't take multiple; they only took one
place to get gas in
you
Las
see.
Vegas.
Well, it's the only place that was open. You couldn't find a gas station. I mean,
Honestly, they were kind of near the
I mean,
strip.
they're all closed.
They were kind of near the strip, and there is nowhere to get gas.
There is nowhere to get
Yeah,
gas.
the
in
fucking
the
strip.
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, like, unless
they're
everyone
fucking
lost
liars.
2G like Mike Epps at that casino, they would know.
Yeah, but anyways, they knew exactly. I can understand them knowing where she is, and then they set up that zombie ambush.
Yeah.
We don't get enough time with a good character that I think would have been great. Was that cowboy dude?
Oh,
I
the
think
cowboy
they
dude,
could have
yeah.
utilized him so much better.
Was he the star dude who was sniper on the roof, or no? Was that the different one I'm thinking of?
No, I think those guys all died.
Okay,
I think
Yeah.
all the snipers
yeah,
got
you're
killed.
right. The monster got him. the
Yeah,
thing, yeah.
Genesis got him. No, with this one, we also got some like Wesker and Umbrella side stuff going on. So
He's the main focus of the next movie, isn't he?
I think so. Yeah, CEO Wesker, right? And he's got Dr. Isaacs, who is played by Ian Glenn. Honestly, the guy who plays Wesker kind of sucks. I really wish they would have had Ian Glenn play Wesker because he would have made a way cooler Wesker than this guy.
Yeah.
But he's basically like operating behind the company's back, trying to capture Jovovich because he's trying to like come up with like the perfect mutation, you know. And he thinks that Jovovich's character is the ultimate end game for their research. And
I mean, yeah,
he has like he finds a photograph of her because they got these satellites flying around, and it's like a 60% match or some shit. And he tells Wesker, and he's like, "Look, I want to go get her. She's really vital to my operation. Like, this is super important." And Wesker's like, "No, you're not going to do it. We're not letting you do it until you get a 100% match that it is her, because we're not risking anything." And so he modulates his voice somehow, and he like gives out the command that they are to go capture her like straight up right now. And so they leave, and that's when they set up the fucking the little like pup tent thing, and then the fucking the box of treats, the box of finely dressed zombie.
You know what? I think everyone agreed with you that Jason O'Mara wasn't a good Albert Wesker because they changed the actor for the next movie.
Fucking good.
Okay.
He just seemed
Kmart's in the next movie too.
He just seemed kind of cheesy to me.
Yeah.
You know? Like he was like ham.
Well, it looks
It
like
was
they
too
actually
much.
chose a person with legit blonde hair and not frosted tips.
Yeah, not the
It was
frosty.
too much.
Not the
Man,
frosty.
he,
But,
dude, he
um,
looked like he belonged in a 90s boy.
And it
Yeah,
was,
so they had to switch actors. That's
they
crazy.
set up that trap because they wanted to kill Alice so they could harvest her blood,
Yeah.
either to make more pure clones or to start synthesizing, a cure using her blood. But they were going to. The whole objective was to kill her.
Yeah.
Then they basically used the satellite to power her down or to like hold her still so she couldn't move. She then turns it back on him somehow, breaks through her hold, fries the chip in the satellite that's doing it, and then she finds or just knows the roof that they're on watching her from.
Yeah.
And so she fucking runs all the way up to that roof, and as they're seeing her like through her eyes, oh shit, she's coming.
Well, because they don't know where she's going. He's like, "Where is she going?" And then she opens the door, and he's like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
Yeah, and she just blasts all of the Umbrella guys, like everyone.
And then Ian Glenn's character like runs out the back while everyone's getting massacred.
Yeah, and then as he's getting into the helicopter, he gets violently bitten by a zombie, and then he's like freaking out, yelling for
How did the zombie get up
Give me
there?
the cure! Give me the cure! Probably followed her, to be
How-
honest.
yeah, she was like jumping and shit. She also killed all the sharp dressed zombies too.
And their little rompers.
Yeah.
Fucking shame.
Yeah.
They should have played some ZZ Top right there, the sharp dressed man.
Those are like killing people.
Zombie.
Oh,
robber.
dude, I think the best death too was that cowboy dude when he like gets bit, so he forces himself off the tower.
Yeah.
And he just hits that metal. It was
Yeah.
so good. It was such a good scene.
Oh man.
It was a good scene.
Honestly, probably better for him to hit that and die immediately than risk just being mortally wounded when you hit the ground.
Right, hit there. Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed.
Yeah,
Oh, and then Mike Epps finally turns and almost kills Kmart.
Yeah.
yeah.
which
It
is-
turns out it was Mike Epps, not poor managerial decisions, that killed Kmart. But
But he didn't kill. He didn't
he didn't quite kill her. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
so-
wonder.
She
So
got
her
away.
name's Kmart.
She keeps living.
Yeah, how much shelf life do you guys think Kmart actually has in the series? Also, like
Probably
they
just the
found
next
me.
one.
She's in the next movie.
I love how they're like, oh, they found me in Kmart. It's like, well, yeah,
so
but don't you have
they
another
call me
name?
Kmart, and it's like you don't have a name.
yeah. It's like, well, were you a child? Like this has only been going on for like 5 years. Like what do we call Mike Epps? Like we call him by his name. We don't call him by like fucking I don't know. We don't call him like,
We found him at Taco Bell, so we call him Bell.
we don't call him like Popeyes or like Taco Bell or Chick-fil-A. We
Yeah.
found him in a fucking.
We found him at a
in
Circle
restaurant.
K. Yeah, we found him at
Circle
7-Eleven.
K. Yeah.
Why would they have found him at those particular restaurants twice?
I
I said
Circle
just
K,
Taco
yeah.
Bell's good. Circle K is a gas
everybody-
station that Brandy works at.
Everybody loves.
You don't like
Popeyes.
Popeyes? You fucking racist.
I've never been there.
What?
So I don't know. Yeah, I've never been to
Popeye's chicken is the
Honestly,
shiznit.
I don't.
It's good.
I can't believe that they found her in Kmart because no one goes to Kmart.
That's why they went for supplies, because they knew it'd be the one with all the supplies.
They're like, holy shit, we found the one other.
That's
person
where.
that's
Yeah,
alive.
that's exactly where you'd go. Is
Like
this
even in
fucking
the
places
apocalypse,
nobody goes.
Even in the apocalypse, they're like, no.
yeah. Shopko and Kmart.
They just look at a Family
Yeah.
Dollar and it's got fucking all the shit they need, but they're just like, nah.
There's a Walmart like 5 streets down, and they're like, fuck it, yeah, let's go.
Yeah. So there should have been someone named. Someone named Shopko.
TJ Maxx or something like that.
Yeah. The two places no one goes: Kmart and Shopko. Whole Foods.
Whole Foods.
Like that just seems weird. Like, and like I get it because in in Zombieland, the whole idea behind calling people where they came from was to not get attached, right? But like she's the only one they talk about. In
It's
this
true.
way.
So,
Everyone else has a name.
They call me Modelo because that's the beer I like. I mean, they could have called like Epps' character like Marlboro or something because he just like smoked all like he wanted cigarettes.
Yeah. They
Or
call me
Carlos.
the Marlboro
Yeah, they
Man.
could have It was just stupid. It was a stupid idea. It was dumb.
They call me Bad Dragon. That's a cool name.
Where'd you get that from? Opens a van. There's bad dragon dildos on the wall. Every city I find one and I keep it.
It's my little. It's like my coin collection.
Yeah, it's like finding like the comic books in Last of Us 1.
Yeah.
You're finding the bad
Just
dragon
getting a bunch of
dildos.
different dildos.
At least the limited edition ones.
Yeah, I thought that was really fucking weird. But Kmart lives. Oddly.
To be in the next movie, which is crazy they bring her character back.
She eventually evolves into her next form, Big K.
I think it's interesting that there is a level of like cohesion through these movies because I just wouldn't expect there to be.
Yeah,
and it seems like there isn't.
It's
pretty admirable.
It's because they got the same writer the whole time, whereas like most others they change like every other time.
Yeah. So I mean, Carlos in this exchange, he gets bit by LJ, which is Mike Epps' character, right? And so he fucking screws over Carlos, and then Carlos basically, accepts his fate, unlike Mike Epps, and decides that he's going to go
help create a path into the underground umbrella.
Yeah, so he
pulls, guy fleed, and so
he pulls a Dom from Gears of War 3 and just drives his car in there.
Yeah, he fucking pulls this fucking big ass semi and then goes through a bunch of
it was their fuel tank
zombies.
Too, yeah.
And then he fucking
he gets a happy ending because he finds a cigarette.
It's true. He does find a cigarette. That was totally a blunt. But then,
or he could have just he rolls. He rolls his own. He's classy.
Yeah, you can't buy him. You have to find tobacco and shit.
How can you when the world's infected?
Yeah, exactly.
Tobacco lives on forever.
Which guy does that dude play in The Mummy? Which guy is he? One of the Egyptian?
He's the main Egyptian dude.
Yeah,
he's the main Magi.
He's one of the Magi. Yeah.
He's the main dude.
He's in
he's the main dude.
He's with the
dude that helps
main
Rick.
Magi guy that helps out Rick. Yeah.
In the first movie?
Yeah, all of them. He's in all
and
three.
in the second one. And is he in the
No,
third
he's
one?
in 1 and 2. You're right. It's 1 and 2.
Because the third one's about
and the cartoon. He's in the cartoon.
Yeah, he's in the cartoon too.
Because when he grabs his hand,
he voices
and he's like,
him in the cartoon as well. Yeah,
and he's like, "This is your thing." He's like, "It's a birthmark." It's like that's clearly.
And then he like shows his own. It's like it's no birthmark. You are a Magi. That's why I kept saying like
Dude,
everybody's a Magi in that fucking movie because like that's what he says. It's like you are a Magi.
The Mummy is a good movie. I fucking love the Mummy.
Yeah, I liked.
I'm gonna have to watch those now this weekend. 4th of July weekend. I'm gonna watch the Mummy 1 and 2 because 3 doesn't exist.
Yeah,
I think you mean the Tom Cruise one doesn't exist.
Both don't actually.
I prefer the Chinese.
It's
one.
it's the Mummy 1, the Mummy Returns, Mummy cartoon. That's it.
I don't know. I haven't seen the third one. I did watch the Tom Cruise one.
You haven't seen Tomb of the Dragon Emperor,
bro? Okay. You've had enough time to see it. My favorite stupid joke in that movie is when the Yeti kicks one of the dudes like through the post and he like does the goalpost thing. He's like, well, he watched football and he's like, it's like this dude's body like goes through the middle.
It's the stupid. Yeah.
It's so funny. It's funny. Oh man. Okay,
is it worse than Scorpion King? No, that's the question.
It's better than Scorpion King.
Oh, okay.
Wait, no, the third one,
but not by a lot.
The third one's the Scorpion King, isn't it?
No, that's its own movie.
No, isn't it?
They're like a spin-off series of the Mummy, but no.
You're right. It is because the third one is Dragon
Scorpion
Emperor, right?
King is in the second one though.
Okay, that's what. Okay, I couldn't remember if it was a separate thing or not.
Guy.
He Imhotep has to fight him in order to gain immortality.
You're right. No, okay. I couldn't remember if like the Dragon Emperor was 3rd or 4th.
And it looks like absolute dog shit.
Yeah, it's really bad.
It looks horrible.
It's an example of The Rock not making a movie better.
But to be fair,
I mean, that was one of his first entries.
The Scorpion King in the Returns like looked really shitty too. Like when he was like the big scorpion dude that walked.
Yeah,
in.
that's what we're saying. Yeah, in his own movie, he's fine. But when he's the
Scorpion King movie wasn't that bad.
I know
it wasn't great.
There's
there's
like 5 of them, dude. I want to get them.
I've only seen the first one. But he's not in the rest of them.
No, he's not. Yeah, it's somebody else. It's some other Polynesian guy from Hawaii. I don't know if he's Polynesian. I think he is.
He's Hawaiian.
Oh, is he Hawaiian?
No, he's Samoan.
There he is
in
the Mummy.
Oh shit!
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that guy. Okay, yeah, I remember his face. Yeah. I remember his face, but like it's been so long.
Yeah, he's got the symbols on his face.
Yeah.
What a
he's the
movie.
Magi.
Dude, he's like the only fucker that lives, basically.
How can we can't get like video
sweet.
games
I love
of
that guy.
That'd be a sweet video game.
Yeah, it would.
I mean, isn't it just
I think
Prince
there
of
is one
Persia?
actually, but I don't think it's
Kinda, yeah. Prince of Persia kind of hits that.
Or like Uncharted, like it'd be a mix of the two because you'd be in like.
Except it's not the same.
Except for I'd rather have him in there.
Prince of Persia's good. I think that would fix your.
Yeah.
You got sands and time plots,
sands and time,
and women,
whammon,
and giant retcons at the end of one and the beginning of the next. But yeah, no, that guy's awesome. But he sacrifices himself and he gets his cigarette in the end.
Huge gas explosion.
Yeah, big ass explosion. Then they drive through the hole he made in the fence or whatever, and then they get in there. They see the
so
the people get to the helicopter and they fly to Alaska or wherever the fuck they're going. She stays behind to like finish the job. She goes down to the basement lab.
Remember, skip over how the table splits in half.
Oh yeah, so the table splits in half. Secret opening like this fucking pathway elevator.
So like the ground like splits in half, and instead of having the table like move, the table just splits in half, and it's like notably in half.
Yeah, you can see the split in it. It's so fucking
stupid.
dumb.
It's like it looks just like a set too. Like you could tell they were like, maybe if we just made the world covered in desert, we only have to build this set in the desert.
He's like, we only have like $2,000 left to make it count,
and then we're good. And then the director's like, why'd you cut the table in half? Why didn't you just like move it? And they're like, well, it looks cooler. It's like, okay.
They tend to do that. The cool factor thing.
Should have had like a fruit bowl, and then like the fruit like
the fruit bowl just falls in half.
Yeah.
The bowl breaks in half.
Oh my god. The fruit falls.
I would have respected that decision more.
I was gonna clean up fruit on the fucking elevator.
No, because
you just have a game going.
The door opens well before the fucking elevator actually gets there.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
You're finally just going up. All of a sudden, just fucking apples falling.
What if she? What if she was just sitting there? She's like, I guess I could jump. It just jumps and just halfway up.
Yeah.
Man. But anyway, so she goes down to the basement lab, and then she runs into
there's a
twin hologram to the one that was in the first movie.
Yeah,
dude. There's a lot more blood than people were in that building.
Yeah. And then she tells her that her blood is going to be the cure to like fixing the zombie stuff, and then the doctor basically used her blood to become a monster, so she's got to kill it in order to like basically cure the world.
And and as well, like there's a lot of like betrayal in this movie because Ian Glenn like betrays Albert Wesker to do what he wants to do, and then the guy like is like the real like leader of the like thing is like the area he's in is like, no, you did things you weren't supposed to do, and he's like puts a cap in him.
Well, it's because he works for Wesker,
right? But like still, but I mean, it's just like
there's that, and then we forgot about the subplot, the like Day of the Dead subplot, where they're trying to get the zombies. Like they're trying to discover intelligent life within the zombies.
Well, it's just like they were discovering that they still had object memory, where they could still remember kind of, what happened before they died. But it's not like full remembering who they were. It was just like they would recognize objects and what they do. And so the whole idea around it was if they could find a way to basically calm down their hunger, they could use them as a labor force, which is why they all had jumpsuits on.
Cute little rompers.
Sweet.
They're little
adorable little rompers.
So then she starts fighting the monster guy, and then she gets caught in that room where
all the clones are.
Where the clones are. One of them gets released.
The
helps her out.
The blitzball spheres of naked Mila Jovovich's.
Those balls didn't make sense.
Then they get caught in that one room where there's the laser.
Again.
The laser grid starts coming at him. He gets him destroyed, but then it gets turned off by her clone right before it kills her.
Who she wakes up and thought died from like being prematurely woken up.
Yeah. And then and then it shows Albert Wesker talking about how they're moving everything to this other facility,
Tokyo.
And then she projects herself into the meeting, and she's like, I'm fucking coming for you, bitches, and I'm bringing my friends. And then it like zooms out into her clones.
Thousands of
it almost got pretty hentai though, which is interesting that they like foreshadowed Japan before they actually went to Japan.
Yeah.
Because he's got these tentacles, and they're like wrapping around her neck, choking her. And we're like, Jesus Christ, where's this going?
Yeah, and then there was another Mia Jovovich over there that was also naked. So it's like,
do you think that like her husband is like watching that scene? He's like, fuck yeah.
This
I mean,
fight-
he saw her making out with the fucking Magi guy, and he was like, yeah.
I'm going to be in my trailer for like 5 minutes.
That guy is much better looking than I am, yeah.
I just feel like this boss fight wasn't as I don't know, it didn't feel as scary or as impactful.
Agreed. I feel
the
like
scariest was the first one when it was just them against the computer.
Ah, dude, the first one was
Not the first one. Was it the second one where it was them against the maniacal computer and when you first saw the laser room?
That was the first one.
Yeah, that was the first one. I just feel like that last part of that fight had more of an impact and had more heavy weight to it than this one did.
This movie also feels like a part 1 of a part 2. Because the second one is like direct into that.
Yeah.
So it seems like this one was like definitely a setup movie where you get like the game where it's like this is just half the game because you get to like the mid big boss. And
Yeah,
it's
then
like,
you get
I
to
got
play the
more.
B scenario with the other character.
Yeah, but
and
it's the same.
And the B character of this situation is just more Mia Jovovich.
This is your B
She is
Line
her
B
own
is her
B
clone.
character.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I don't really. I think these movies have gotten. I don't know if this one's worse than number 2. It's probably better than number 2 to me.
Yeah.
Because I felt like Nemesis. That one was a dumb movie. The first one I still kind of like though. I still kind of like the first movie.
I liked Nemesis though, so I think the first movie it was more suspenseful is the word I was going for.
Yeah,
with against the computer. Nemesis was just I don't know monster movie. It was kind of cool because I really liked Star. I just like that organization. But now watching it again as an older person, it's not as cool as it was as a kid.
Yeah, the whole Stars.
But
thing.
this one, just the boss fight just wasn't as
It was a
suspenseful.
letdown.
Yeah,
It was a
and
letdown.
it's lame because
Because it was showing that he had strong powers too, telekinesis wise. But
Yeah,
it just
that
never
and
really went
and he keeps healing because he can self heal himself.
and he's basically like Wolverine, and then they just cut him into cubes and he's dead. And it's like you guys already did that with like.
Well, it's like, and it shouldn't work because he should be able to heal himself. If he's like that much
maybe
better,
he
he should
can't
be able to
heal
heal
himself
himself.
from a chunk like
Stupid.
Wolverine or Deadpool.
Stupid.
It's I kind of agree with Cameron. I don't think it was as powerful. It sucks because I like Ian Glenn a lot in this movie, and it's annoying that he's not Wesker and still alive because he seems like way more of a
Wesker,
like a menacing guy like Wesker. Yeah.
Well,
like,
they're rebooting this franchise, aren't they? Like movie wise.
I don't know.
So I've heard. I don't know how true that is, but if they did, I'd hope they followed the games more.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, how do you feel about that, Greg? Do you think they should follow the games more for movies? Like for Resident Evil, or should they branch out and explore more like this?
I mean,
because it's not like these are great. But
I mean, they're not exactly branching out. They're basically telling an alternate universe story with the same setup. But I don't know. It depends on the story, I guess, because they have source material that they could use, and it also depends on the writer. Because if you have a really good writer, you can make anything good. Or at least like tolerable, but like I don't know. I think for this, like the big element is the horror, and there's no horror in this. It's straight up action. Like all the Resident Evils are survival horror movies. You want that sense of like Alien, for instance. That would be like straight up what you want. That same feeling.
See, the thing is, like all the horror scenes they would consider horror in this are all just jump scares, and those just get old and they just don't work.
Yeah, like the whole thing where he shoots the mirror and then he gets attacked by the
or like
bitch
when
from behind.
When the dude from the Mummy is like crawling under to grab his gun and he kills the two and he's like, like
and
6
then there's
seconds
another
like,
one.
like right above him. Yeah.
So I mean, it's jump scares and they're not really worth it. And it's like we both played Dead Space, and they got that ambiance in there that like helps provide horror with like the skittering, and then you can see the shadows moving around you, and then, like you don't actually encounter them even when you see that.
And that's when the jump scare works, is because you have to build the jump scare for it to be effective. Also, I would say. Maybe something, I don't know. Have you seen Quiet Place? Have you watched that movie?
I haven't.
I have.
That movie has jump scares too, and that's one.
But they set it up.
Yeah, but it's almost no sound the whole movie.
Yeah, I think that one does it a lot better. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like that's what makes it scary. It's not, and it is jump scares every time, but it's the impact of the jump scare, And so this one, it is way more on the action front than it is the horror by a lot. Like. Of course, it's like horrifying that this dude like tentacled this guy's eyeballs.
Yeah, I mean,
mouth,
you just want that sense of like you're actually trying to survive.
Some people get off
and
on
that's
that too,
not.
so I don't know.
And that's not what this.
It just looked ridiculous.
Has. There's no sense of them trying to survive in this because like they got a setup where
they're just getting fucked.
Yeah,
slowly is what's happening.
They're just getting fucked because there's too much. Yeah, like it's not a survival horror. It's straight up action and then a lot of death.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't remember how I felt about the second movie, but I don't know. I think this one's not as good as the first one and better than the second one is probably where I'd put it right now. So it's not really super great, but we still have like 3 more of these fucking movies to go over, maybe 2
3
or
more.
3.
I feel like when they follow the story closer, the source material closer, the better the movie.
Yeah.
Like, we watched that Assassin's Creed, and they weren't that bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a great movie by any means, but it wasn't that bad, and you could blame that on the writer, but
yeah, I don't know,
or how they chose to perceive the animus, because that was weird. But
yeah, I mean, we didn't.
I mean, Sonic wasn't bad either, and that stuck somewhat to the material. I think
you're gonna make A4.
I guess I'd have to ask, A4 because he knows all about that shit. But there's also like 20 different incarnations of Sonic.
I laughed at Sonic. I mean, I didn't think it was a bad movie.
Yeah. But you can say with source material, the new Tomb Raider is decent.
Yeah, Detective
Pikachu.
Yeah,
Detective Pikachu's great.
So I think the closer that they stick to it, and like if they got a writer that actually cares, then
right. You get because I think it's because it connects with fans more when it follows the source material closer, and then like if it's a good game and it translates to a good movie, then people outside of it want to watch it.
The more video games become respected as like a storytelling medium, the better movies are the better the movie adaptations.
Well, let's wait for Monster Hunter World.
I mean, there's stuff that they know they can't really transfer over, and so they gotta like change.
But then they gotta make a movie.
If they treat Monster Hunter World as like an anime, like
so I was
just
about to say like a better adaptation for Monster Hunter World is not a movie; it's an anime, not even a TV.
You know what?
I think TV show. I don't think that would work at all.
Oh. Yeah, you're right.
It has
you
to
are
be
right.
an animated
but with what we have,
show.
I think if they did it more like an anime style, like a filmmaking or like Japanese filmmaking style like that, it could be a really good movie. Mm-hmm. With like those,
it's just the proportions. If they tried to recreate it in a live action, it just looks stupid.
No, I agree. I just want to
trying to do a live action version of Magnum Zilla or whatever his name is.
Yeah, but Magnum
Zilla. No, just like the weapons that they use too. It's just ridiculously proportioned for
right. So but at the same time, it's not even like following a movie or anything or a game. It's soldiers find a way into this world and have to fight these monsters. Yeah. So it's like, oh, your sword, click, click, brains flying out the back. It's like, we got
They
this.
have bow guns. They know about guns.
I mean,
we don't know in this one if they do or not.
Trying to make a movie out of a game that story is serving gameplay entirely is a really bad idea.
Yeah.
Which is why the Doom movie doesn't really work.
Which would be, I think, but again,
same with the Super
cool
Mario Bros. Like they tried to make that.
You fucking
really
take that
fucking
back.
Weird.
Like
Double Dragon was also fucking stupid.
But we also have.
But Mortal Kombat is gameplay oriented, and it was like the first one's fun. I really like the first.
It is a fun movie.
The
but they
Rampage
also didn't really do it very well.
The Rampage movie kind of worked, and that's a very.
I like the Rampage movie.
Rampage is not close to the source material at all.
What are you talking about? The source material is monsters destroying the city.
I didn't like Rampage. I mean, I liked it, but I didn't like it.
It's not monsters destroying the city. Well, I mean, it is, but it's also like people turning into the monsters, not animals being overgrown.
And then following a
because they're basically like were creatures that grow huge. So
that's fair.
You've seen Rampage, right?
Yeah, I like Rampage.
Did you play? Yeah. It's not.
And that's one where the game doesn't have much of a story at all. So
yeah, it's just like trying to make a movie out of a game that doesn't have anything to really base it off of. I mean,
they said there was like a Tetris movie, a Pac-Man movie. Like,
why?
Just don't do that.
Was that a movie or was that when they did it in that one show with Adam Sandler? Because I know they did that kind of shit.
No, hold on. Let me pull up the fucking list of video game movies because they got like a thing of
what's the
ones
fucking
that are coming
Tetris
out.
movie? That was retarded.
Angry Birds, that one too.
That one's funny though, because I connect.
Angry Birds doesn't have a story, so they basically came up
Listen,
with one for it.
I
so
connect.
I guess it was all right.
I connect
for that.
with Red over any animated character being that angry.
I'm sure you do
all the time.
They're making a Tomb Raider sequel.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
they're making a Minecraft movie, which.
For fucking
makes no
shit!
sense.
Conan Exiles movie.
I wish, dude. I need that fucking King Conan movie that they promised us.
You
twice.
can make Conan Exiles movie. I could write the script. I love to write that.
Do it. Give it.
Do it,
Conan
yeah.
Exiles.
Dude, you get that drive and you write a script. And you send it in.
Yeah, Borderlands movie.
Is there doing? Oh yeah, because who is it? Is it Kate Blanchett that's gonna be?
I don't know.
Gonna be Lilith?
It doesn't say anything on this. It's just
They said they
saying
can't-
what they are. Five Nights at Freddy's, Gears of War, Just Cause, Just Dance. For some fucking reason,
Whatever.
That
Whatever.
makes no sense.
What's that? What's
Mega
that like?
Man, Metal Gear Solid,
Mega Man could be sweet. if they
Detective
do it right.
Pikachu sequel,
Oh, cool.
Sonic sequel, Space Invaders film. Like, what the fuck?
Space Invaders could be legit.
Another
I'm
Resident
gonna
Evil
give,
movie.
I'm gonna give that one.
A Saints Row movie could be all right.
Just make another
A
Alien
Sim
movie.
City movie and the Sims movie.
Stupid.
Like, what the fuck are you doing with
They
that?
didn't ask me for rights to my name.
Like, what the fuck?
How would you do a Sims movie?
How would you do it?
It would start off with me masturbating in the shower.
Okay, there you go.
And then
That
pan
makes-
out
that
to
makes
my
a lot of
existential
sense,
I mean,
crisis.
actually.
he's Sims, so
I wonder if it's gonna be like they're gonna find out they're in this simulation. It's gonna be like, no, fuck you, I'm not gonna do what you told me.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
I don't know how else you could make it other than that,
Exactly,
yeah.
you couldn't. It'd be like them having like an existential crisis. Like the one I want to see that movie that's coming out with Ryan Reynolds where he finds out he's an NPC.
Oh, yeah.
That one looks really funny.
We should do that for the show.
I'd watch that.
It's not really based on a video game, but it's about video games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that'd be funny. That'd be way good. It looks good.
Yeah.
And Ryan Reynolds is always a win for me.
Yeah.
yeah.
So overall, I think this is a kind of a fun movie. I wish they would have done more with Ian Glenn.
He honestly should have been Wesker. I don't know why they
Yeah.
didn't choose him for that role, because Wesker is like a huge role.
He's perfect for that too.
Yeah, and he kind of looks like
Yeah,
Wesker
he's very ominous. He's a very ominous looking person.
Yeah, it's like he
Plus
he
he's
gave
already
the
blonde.
feeling of being the ultra evil person.
Yeah.
when he in fact was
he
was
doesn't
just
need that
low
fake
down.
blonde hair.
And
Yeah.
I called him Wesker in the last movie review too, because I thought that's who he was. I mean, I didn't remember the third movie apparently,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know. I think they
They
should have.
They should, since he dies in this one, they should have just brought him into the third movie as Wesker.
Yeah.
I mean, they already changed the actors.
Hello,
So
Alice.
reading it, it's like, what
I
is
mean,
that
they might
matter?
as well. Yeah, it's like
And she, like,
You seem
knows.
familiar for some reason.
She knows. She like remembers that he was someone else before.
And
He's like, no,
You remind me of someone that I used to know.
somebody.
It's
Just plays in the background.
You didn't need to cut me off.
He sliced my tentacles right off my body.
That would be actually really fucking funny. He's like, I don't want to be on this next movie. I know you guys need a Wesker actor. What do you think?
I would
Fuck
do
it.
it. Fuck yeah, man.
Fuck it, let him do it.
Let's reboot fucking Resident Evil with him as Wesker. Let's
He's
do
getting
it.
kind of old now.
It doesn't matter.
You can still do it.
Yeah, I don't know. There were some good actors in it, some good performances. Rebecca's pretty smoking. Kmart's
Would you
pretty
say
hot for
there's good
Kmart.
performances? Because I wouldn't.
Maybe not, actually. I think Ian Glenn is pretty good.
He's the only one who gave a decent performance with the shittiness that he was given.
Listen, the Magi did pretty decent too with what he had.
I guess.
And I don't know. Mila Jovovich wasn't too bad. Like, it wasn't distracting.
Yeah, Mila Jovovich, she was good.
I feel like everybody was just
Everybody
okay.
else.
But again, it's like...
What about Kmart?
She's
at least better than her
she had
namesake,
No,
right?
no,
A
no, she
line.
wasn't, because hers was like, what's this bracelet on me? I gave it to you while you were
Oh, yeah.
It's like, it wasn't great.
I really want you to fuck me.
It's for luck. And it's the one-way ticket to my
Damn
vagina.
it, Schweiss, I can
I
no
have the
longer
biggest
fucking think about
crush on you.
sex in a post-apocalyptic environment without your fucking visual.
Without thinking about grilled cheese sandwiches
And the stringy adhesive.
of an old sticker.
You've ruined it.
Just saying, yeah, when you're peeling those things off, it's just like
I'm just imagining it the way it feels like when you have to peel your sack off the side of your leg after a really hot, long day.
yeah. And then you fucking
Ah.
and then like it's the camera from the inside of the vagina and like
No,
it opens
why
up
would
and
it be
it's
there? Why is it there? Who put it there? They had to unseal it and re-seal it back up.
And the music's like
It opens up and it's like that. It's that camera angle of like you see the honey jar from the honey jar's perspective with Winnie the Pooh coming in.
But
fucking like sticky, nasty, stringy shit. Just fucking.
The soundtrack has to be the soundtrack to the obelisk from Space Odyssey.
Yeah. It's the reverse Winnie. It's the Winnie the Pooh cam. It's just the inside, and then it opens up, and there's Winnie the Pooh, and it's fucking
oh bother,
stringy.
Oh bother. It would be good as from the cooch cam though. You get the dude's eye, and he's like it's just.
Yeah, it's like someo's cutting onions. You can't see.
Winnie the Pooh is stuck in the honey jar, and he needs Piglet to pull him out.
Winnie the Pooh and getting fingered too.
Oh, bother.
Robin! Tigger, show me what that tail do.
Why do you think Winnie the Pooh doesn't wear pants?
Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. Fun.
Oh man, it's Piglet to come save him.
I mean,
Piglet gets a little cork going. He's like.
I mean, Eeyore's got his tail attached by a butt plug, so I mean, you might as well fucking.
Oh man. Yeah. Now you'll never look at post-apocalyptic sex.
Post-apocalyptic Winnie the Pooh.
Pin the tail of the donkey. It's push the butt plug on the.
Peg the tail on the donkey. Why are you sad, Eeyore? My butt plug is gone.
Me too, buddy. Me too.
Yeah. Fuck, dude.
Eeyore's all like, did you know the asshole could stretch to 7 inches?
I can fit 2.5 raccoons in my ass.
Fuck. Yeah.
Shit.
Jesus Christ.
That's the only camera angle you want.
Oh, no.
Just cam on the other side, just dry heaving.
And you just instantly have fucking pink eye. Like your eyes are just they're like swollen shut. Like you can't actually open them all the way. You're like, oh god, oh god,
pink eye spores.
Yeah, it's like the one time
that's how the Last of Us fungi just goes from place to place. What's lasted so long?
It's like that one time that I told Cody to clean the bathroom and he put ammonia and bleach in the fucking toilet.
Oh no!
And I flushed it and I was like rinsing my hands off, and then suddenly I couldn't see. Like I had no vision, and I my body was like shutting down, and I'm like crawling on the floor, like getting out of the bathroom. I get out of the bathroom, and I just lay on my back and just until my fucking eyesight comes back. I was like, fucking, I can't see.
Bro, that's terrifying. Are you scared?
Yeah. I didn't know what the fuck was happening. I flushed it, and I'm like,
masturbation has finally made me blind.
Yeah. It's like, holy shit. And I was like, Cody, what did you put in there? You almost killed me. I almost died alone.
I made mustard gas down.
You almost died alone.
I almost died alone in Starcrest Drive. Shithole. Fucking eyes swollen shut. Can't see anything. I don't know if I should go in there.
I mean, Cody did poison me, so there's that too. Maybe he just tries to kill us off one by one.
Yeah. He just wanted my PlayStation 3 at the time. That's what he wanted. He wanted all my shit.
I don't know why he would kill me. I was paying my rent. The only thing that was letting him live.
Yeah.
But there was an attempt.
An attempt on my life
through a
has
day
left
old
me
bucket of
scarred
KFC.
and deformed.
He told you they have some?
No, it wasn't like a day old they had gotten earlier that day. They gave it to me, and I ate it. And like 30 minutes later, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm going to be fucking sick. And I was sick all night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have like fever dreams?
No, I couldn't sleep. I was too busy shitting and throwing up
Yeah.
at the same time.
Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, not a great movie.
No. This is what it brings to mind.
It's an okay movie.
It's like
I'd say
It's
on the
like
list-
the Conan Exiles of movies.
I don't think it's like that at all. I don't feel like coming back to that.
Are you trying to say you don't think it's a masterpiece?
What?
Well, he said it's like the Conan Exiles, so I'm saying like,
And we don't-
You're
yeah.
saying it's not a masterpiece, right? Correct.
Yeah,
Conan Exiles is not a masterpiece.
Okay, neither is Conan, but yeah, it's.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear what you just said. I didn't hear that.
We all know Conan Exiles is not a masterpiece, but we
So-
keep coming back to it because of the grind. We're
We
addicted
need
to
to find our master list, but yeah, I think this is going to be somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, maybe like middle.
It's
upper.
not good, but it's also like
Yeah, but it's not House of the Dead 2.
Yeah, it's,
Like-
not, it's no House of the Dead 2. Yeah, you're right.
It's not Detective Pikachu, but it's
doesn't got no sticky fingers in it.
Sticky fingers.
Yeah.
Jesus.
He would have made this a good movie, though.
Which
Meatloaf.
coincidentally you get from the apocalypse.
Meatloaf was pretty sweet in that fucking. What was that movie? It was the vampire one.
Blood Rain?
Blood Rain, yeah. Blood Rain.
Hate
Meatloaf was
Meatloaf.
pretty fucking
So
awesome.
Caleb's Craig said he thought we were going to watch Blood Rain 2, and I was pretty excited.
That was one of the ones that was direct to video, and I forgot about it. So
We can do that.
We can do that whenever we want.
Yeah, there's
'Cause
no
it's not a
order.
The
list.
original
Yeah, it's
release
not
was
a listed
theatrical
one.
releases, right? The original
Yeah.
list, yeah.
Yeah, the master list is like just
Yeah.
the theater.
Theatrical.
So we've done offshoots here and there as like random episodes, like
Yeah.
House of the Dead 2, Alone in the Dark 2, shit like that.
Yeah.
God, thank you for that being my first episode on this
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, you're
House of the
welcome.
Dead 2.
God.
Hey, you were
Loved
filling
it.
in for Cameron, huh? Because I don't think Cameron
was out of town. He was
Yeah.
he was seeing his brother.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, that was that then. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
House of the Dead 2. You fuck. Yeah, you dodged a bullet.
And I don't know if it's worse than the first one. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I think
It's lower
better.
quality, but I think it actually might be better.
Yeah, it's a better movie than the first one.
The first one's just amazingly bad. It's, it's
it
truly
is.
terrible.
It's fucking horrible. The fucking slow-mo and the fucking weird-ass video game like
God, the cuts.
the,
Yeah,
the cuts.
they transition scenes with like shots of the House of the Dead video game being played. It's so fucking
Yeah.
bizarro, dude. It's so weird. It's so uncomfortable. You're like, why would you do that?
This is so uncomfortable.
That movie was made to give people epilepsy. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, and it was that one. That was the one where you could see the dude jumping on the trampoline.
That was
like,
the
it
House of the
still-
Dead, yeah.
and then like there was that fucking like 8-minute
So you just
slow-mo
watch
scene.
him jump on a fucking trampoline.
Yeah, they didn't cut the trampoline out.
And
You
then,
could, like,
was
see
also-
the
later
bottom.
when the
It was
dude's
also the
legs
one
were
where they
supposed to be
put-
fucked up. It was just a painting of their legs.
yeah,
Yeah, the
it's
painting
so
of the
weird.
legs, and then they just like put the painting on him for like to cover him from the other people.
So, God, that's the weirdest.
And then they had like the fucking cargo Inception, where it was like the fucking hiding the guns, and then also hiding the cigarettes or the fucking
yeah.
cigars.
Every-
like, on top of the guns.
Every illegal thing in the world is in there.
It's like, yeah, we brought booze. It's like, oh yeah, but it's actually we're smuggling in cigars. Oh yeah, but it's actually we're smuggling guns.
Yeah, it's actually full of fully
It's
automatic
progressively
weaponry.
more illegal as you like go.
Yeah,
right?
and then there's a
You
crane.
keep going further down. Don't go too many levels down.
Yeah,
Gonna
there's
find
like
out.
there's suddenly a crane and it's pulling out like the A bomb, this fucking like giant like warhead. Like, oh, told you that's too far. That's a little too much firepower for these guys. Yeah, there's been some
not
real
the direction I was going with that, but yeah.
Yeah, there's been some real
I think
stinkers.
I know the direction you're going.
There's been some real stinkers in here, and this is kind of mid-level stink.
It's mid. Yeah, it's mid tier. I don't think it was
it's-
bad, but I don't think it's great.
I'd agree. It's
enjoy
not.
watching, even though
It's
it's
not
stupid.
post-apocalyptic puss. It's in the middle.
It's like kind of a long day, puss.
Yeah.
Not like long 6 months, 5 years,
5 years, no shower.
9 days.
But yeah,
Honey cam. Yeah.
I think we're good.
Yeah.
Any last comments?
Nah, we
No, if you're gonna buy these, I'd buy the all of them in one because it seems to be cheaper.
Yeah,
Just
it was
looking on
like
Vudu.
$50 for like the 7 movies. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. It's like it's not that bad.
Can you imagine if you had purchased this?
I mean, I would never watch it again.
It was like $15. Like you could.
Hey, he's on a budget now.
Yeah.
But I'd have them forever, and then to never watch. But I'd have the power to watch them, but I never would. Now I
Again,
don't.
if we buy them, it should be physical so we can give them away.
Yeah. But shit, yeah, I think that's going to be it for us this week, guys. Thank you for hanging out with us. Follow us on Twitch, twitch.tv/NudeClanGaming. You can follow the show's Twitter at Nude Clan Podcast. You can follow us each individually. Caleb Craig.
At Obsidian Ba.
Me at Nude Clan Cam.
Me at B Grixis.
Me at UFF Podcast. You can like our page on Facebook. You can support us on Twitch through your wonderful Twitch Prime, if you have that. If you have Amazon Prime, it's a free subscription. Might as well throw it our way. You can also support us through Patreon. You search Nude Clan Podcast on Patreon and give us your money there. We really appreciate it. We have some new patrons, and we like to thank all of the patrons. And we got some stickers to be mailing out. I got to get on top of that. But thank you all for your time, and thank you for your fucking hard-earned cash. Just remember, when everything else failed you, the Nude Clan was there. So pay up. We remained. But anyway, until next time, guys, as always,
enjoy the nude.
Time to get good.
Cameron likes apocalyptic roast beef.
Live always in the nude.